corgi husky, so his legs are about this long.
We already know that when you crossbreed a corgi with any other breed of dog, they're just wearing that other dog as an outfit.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. He is a husky with
okay.
the shortest legs ever.
Oh my goodness.
So
I'll send a
one of the
picture
things-
in the Discord for
one of the things
for
that
the
I wanna
viewers
do-
and for. Let's see.
So
We named him Geralt, like the White Wolf. Yay! 'Cause he's so cute.
So our older of our two dogs, a Chow Chow German Shepherd mix, and I keep trying to tell my wife, you know, if our Chow Chow dies, if we ever get another dog, I want to get a Corgi Chow Chow mix.
How
Why?
short would that be?
Huh?
How short would
Look
that
at-
be?
Tall enough to reach the floor.
I want to see a corgi and a wiener dog mix.
Like they wouldn't even come off the floor. It
Yeah.
would just be like a really, really, really long dachshund.
That would be a really
I was
cruel
gonna
thing
say-
to do.
I was gonna say, you do know though, Taylor, why a cowboy bought a dachshund or a dachshund?
What is that?
You know, a wiener dog.
I know, but what did you say? A cowboy one?
Yeah, you know why the cowboy bought a wiener dog?
Oh, why? Uh-oh.
Because he wanted to get a long little doggy.
That one's pretty good. That was actually pretty good.
That was terrible. But
If
no,
I could only remember that.
right now, go to Google Images and look up Corgi Chow Chow mix.
Okay, hold on. I'm sending a picture. I just sent a picture of Geralt in the blue box chat. And then... What was it? Dachshund Chow Chow?
No.
Oh, he's so cute.
Oh, Corey. Okay.
Chow Chow.
I love his eyes. That's husky
That's
for
what-
sure.
That's what I want to get, because
Oh my god, this is so silly. They're really cute. Oh my god, the amount of fluff.
and right now we have our Chow Chow is like 80% Chow Chow, like 20% or like 15% German Shepherd, and like 5% Dingo. But
A literal dingo?
I think it's like like there's a dog breed called Dingo. It's what's interesting is because Chow Chows and German Shepherds are actually usually really aggressive breeds to the point where I have to declare them on my homeowner's insurance as a bite hazard.
Really?
And oh yeah, my Ivory Lab though is more of a threat than my Chow Chow. And I think Rory can attest to that. He's been over here enough.
That's not the blind one, is it?
No, that's the deaf one. The blind one's Milo. He's the lab.
Isn't there something about blind? You need to get a dog that can't bark.
Well, Blue doesn't like to bark.
Yeah, but if you got another dog that can't bark, it would be blind, deaf, and mute.
One of everything.
Yes, that. Wow.
So with that, we will go ahead and go video live. Hop right on into. Oh, yeah, you know, this whole time I just, just was like enjoying myself, and I didn't switch anyone around. Jubilee, Jubilee, Jubilee.
Come to me.
But yes, you guys go ahead and kick it off. Where Cricket disappears. Cricket disappears.
I'm right here.
There we go. All right. I mean, sure. Let's hop right on into it. Well, actually, first, instead of introductions, everyone leveled up. So go ahead and say like what level you are and what new abilities you gained.
Hey, I'm Jubilee. I'm level 20. Just kidding.
Hi, Jubilee.
Oh,
But go ahead, kick it off, Jubilee.
Oh, shoot. Hold on. I'm pulling up my character sheet. I was getting all my...
All right, go
stuff.
ahead, kick it off, Cricket.
I'm pulling out mine too. Hold
Oh,
on.
go ahead, kick it off, Skylar.
Fine then, I will. Vantalord, I'm now level 8. I have 7 levels of Paladin, 1 level Barbarian, and I chose Barbarian because of that rage ability, especially being that starting to go more Oathbreaker. So we'll see how that plays into this. Have fun.
And gain any abilities?
with the barbarian class, abilities. So like rage and let's see what else did I pick up? And unarmored defense. So even without my armor on, I have a pretty high AC.
You don't choose a
Lame.
subclass when you put 1 level in barbarian, right? Do you have to have 3 levels in barbarian before you can
Yep.
choose a subclass?
Yes, I believe so.
Correct.
So, yeah.
And on that note, Raja, who has a subclass in a second class. Raja, you picked up level 8. What did you gain?
Raja is level 5 rogue, level 3 fighter. And I chose the rune carver subclass.
Oh, you got to say more than that because there's some stuff here.
The fire rune and the cloud rune. Fire rune, they both have their passives, but then there's abilities that happen when you activate the runes. And then Raja also got another ability that I can't seem to find, called Giant Smite. Somewhere around here.
Which came with the fighter class.
Yeah. I can also speak, read, and write giant too. Just because they wanted me to, I guess.
All right. Let's go ahead and go over to Jubilee.
So Jubilee is now a level 8 warlock. I took some horrifying spells that I can't wait to use. And for the second time in my whole life playing D&D, so the last like 6 years, I took a feat instead of an ability score improvement. I took Spell Sniper, so I am hyped because that means no more disadvantage if I'm casting a ranged spell right next to me. And also I can extend all of my spells, I believe, 60 feet. And what was the other thing? That it does something else really crazy, but really I did it mostly for I don't have to roll with disadvantage if I'm trying to Eldritch Blast somebody on top of me.
Not only that, but I feel like that is directly because of that last fight where you're just constantly
Yes.
running after Amat and couldn't hit her with your spell.
So literally, yes, because the other thing that I forgot that I'm reading right now is it ignores half cover and 3/4 cover. So all of those times that I was standing on the table but I couldn't see her, or like if I shifted, she was under 3/4 cover, I can basically hit everyone 99.9% of the time now. Woohoo!
It's all that practicing. Pop, 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 pop. Finally, you got it. You gained the skill. You got it.
Yep. Thanks, Brandon Queen.
Cricket.
So Cricket also leveled up. I am now at level 8, which, if you know anything about level 8 druids, the best part about that is my wild shape is improved. I haven't really used it that much until like last session, but now it's like really unlocked a lot of new creatures that I can shape into because it's anything CR1 or below, and any flying creatures. And I also took not the ability score improvement, but instead took a feat. And I decided to take Lucky. So I have 3 luck points that I can spend to reroll a d20. I feel like especially as a spellcaster, when you're trying to do like, you only have like 1 spell and you're using a huge spell slot for it, it really sucks when you roll poorly on that spell. So being able to reroll that once and not waste a 3rd or 4th level spell will be really nice.
Now, do you have to
Lucky's,
roll
like,
your
easily
luckies
one of the
ahead?
best feats.
Wait, hold on. What?
Is your lucky a reroll, or do you have to roll that ahead of time?
No, it's a reroll. After I
reroll.
see the result of the die, but before I know the outcome.
Okay.
So-
and then do you have to pick do you get to pick which one, or is it the second one? You get to pick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, actually, now you've gotten me confused. I think I get to pick.
I think
Yeah,
with
you
Lucky,
choose. Yeah, you choose which one. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. And since Skylar's back, let's quickly do a rapid fire of max HP. Vantalord, what's your max HP?
71.
Oof. Raja, max HP.
68.
68. Ooh. Jubilee.
59.
Okay.
Still squishy.
Cricket.
I forgot to roll mine, but I just rolled it, and I have 65.
All right. Mid 50s, mid 60s, high 60s, low 70s. And Rihu, who also leveled up, but all is unknown except that he is at full health.
And before Pat asked, we're not killing off Rihu. He's on a business trip.
So Vantalor, go ahead and give a quick recap, and then we'll jump into it.
Okay, so quick recap. We started last session at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we realized as we were looking throughout the town, a lot more happened than what we just saw in the town square. With that, Jubilee and Cricket went back to the manor where they saw Cedric talking with a woman that was actually identified as Jezebel, and they decided to proceed to do good cop, bad cop by doing some interesting questioning. We'll put it that way, just because no one trusts her. Raja, Rihu, and Vantalord went to the tavern where they encountered Alara, the captain of the guard. He's just dealing with a tavern full of injured people. We were just hoping to eat, but instead Vantalord goes, I'll help you, and maybe we can get some information and kind of explain how we got to where we're at, just because it's a long story. The goblin that was identifying Raja's stuff, met up with him in the tavern, explained the items that he had, was definitely very wary about the key, and pretty much made it clear, don't give this back to anyone, because this is a lich key. He also told us what that amulet did that Raja pickpocketed. Kind of a cool little amulet. From what we could tell, it could teleport someone up to a distance of 150 feet, maybe longer. We don't know yet, just because the goblin was tinkering with it. This is where it gets fun. The orders from a mat that we were able to get showed that a mat needs 375,000 souls to become immortal, and is 75,000 souls away. Planning to go to the plane of fire to make a pact with a Jinn, and potentially get the rest of the souls. We have a ring of heat resistance to help if we do go to the plane of fire. Right now, Raja's got it just because we didn't know who wanted to take it, so he took it back. The one things that we do know is we are 700 miles north of Dubbock's Pass, which appears to be where the Lich Portal, or where she does her final transformation, is going to be. We also know that over 2,000 people died in the stronghold from a combination of Satari, zombies, and orcs. We don't know how many souls were claimed, but we also do know that someone tried doing this before in the past, named Vecna in the far west, and from what a couple of the magic users in the town and Alara said, is what Amat's doing is going to wreak a lot more havoc than what Vecna did, and that was terrible. I reminded Jubilee that she had two tuning forks from various battles. They were both tuned to the plane of fire. I wonder if our DM's hinting at something. We have access potentially to a third tuning fork, but in order for us to get back to the plane of fire, if we go there, we need to find a fourth tuning fork. And finally, Alara, Saphirion, and Eldron said they would be available to us if we need information or need to find stuff out. And we pretty much headed back to the estate, and that's where we end the session.
Yes. Everything that a DM does is a hint.
No!
Literally almost everything, except for the shiny vase on the shelf. Leave that thing alone. It means nothing.
And I never tell bad jokes.
Well, I mean, I told the truth. You just told a bad joke just now. So let's go ahead and hop into it. So the night before, you guys each spoke with those different individuals, as Vantalord recapped. Things were settling down, heading back to the estate from the market area where the tavern and the different shops are located outside of the square. Is there anything any of you want to do prior to heading back to the estate?
I want to go to the blacksmith.
Okay.
And I want to see how much she would charge for doing a rush order on my armor.
A rush order.
I know she said it'd take 3 days. I want to know if she were to knock it down to a day and a half or 2 days, if she would charge a little extra.
So you head over to the Ironclad Forge, where Alara Iron Mane is. That is the female human blacksmith over there. She sees you enter and welcomes you back in, recognizing who you are. And you said your armor, a repair on your armor?
Yeah, she was, making that new breastplate for me,
Mm-hmm.
and also melting down my old armor to make a new longsword.
Yes.
And one of the things I wanted to know is if she's able to do the job in, a day faster versus the 3 days that she originally quoted. So that potentially the armor may be done. I don't think it would be tomorrow, but like maybe midday the day after. If that makes any sense.
And what was the cost that she was charging?
Oh, now you're doing this.
Oh, yeah.
Not prepared for that question.
All right. Well, we'll make an adjustment to that. Breastplate is heavy armor, right?
Yep. So it's 20 plat. So 23 plat is what she charged total.
Oh. 23 platinum or gold?
Platinum.
Okay. Well.
Three for the longsword, 20 for the breastplate, or for the for that
Yeah.
armor set.
It's a very expensive repair job. Like, I feel like
Yes.
you could buy better armor for that.
She's not repairing it. She's making me a new armor and taking my old one, melting it down.
Yes.
So I'm gonna
yes.
have 2 longswords by the time this is said and done.
And you're having new heavy armor created.
Correct. Oh, by the way, today is our 2-year session.
Oh, is that today?
Really?
Well, because we're gonna technically miss next week would actually
Oh,
be the 2-year,
gotcha.
but we're in between. So yay! There we go.
That's so fun.
She essentially lets you know that the amount that you're paying already, she actually misunderstood you and thought you wanted it to be a rush to begin with.
Oh, okay.
So within that amount, she's already going to rush it, and then she'll have it done by tomorrow evening. So basically 24 hours from now, tomorrow at dusk.
All right. As I look at her, I'm like, thank you. That's very much appreciated. I'm sorry if I caused any confusion. I will let you get on with your time. I don't want to waste it.
Oh, that's okay. Beating away at metal all day, it gets a little hard to hear sometimes, so no worries.
Thank you very much. I hope this evening that you are safe and nothing happens.
Yes, me too. It's already been enough. All right, I better get to work then.
Well, I hope you have a good evening, and with that, I head out the door back towards the manor.
Okay. What about?
Actually, I'm gonna.
Go ahead.
The other thing I want to do is I'm looking for food still. I have the endless mug of ale. I'm just looking for a midnight snack to bring back.
All right. Yeah. Without going in anywhere, you see some of the different stands in the square on your way back from the blacksmith. Some of the stands, like where you guys were engaging with a mat, some of those stands you were hiding behind, some of them were food stands. So there's still edible, different fruit and vegetables, and there's actually a still wrapped ham that is there. So
Oh, I'm going after that ham.
there's some different items there for you to grab it.
I'm gonna go buy a ham. Dwarf
Of course
be
you
hungry,
are.
and dwarf be dwarfing.
All right. What about the rest of you?
Roger would like to go to the armory or wherever you'd buy armor. Would that be the blacksmith, or is there an actual armory shop?
That would be the blacksmith. Could I have you switch off of the headphones?
Oh, is it bad?
It just sounds funky.
Yeah.
He should be able to change his microphone input.
Oh, I wonder if it's
Separate.
going through the...
It's probably going through the headphones, potentially.
You could try that, Sky. Get your microphone back to the camera.
Ham.
But while you do that, I will... So you're going to head over to the blacksmith. As you're kind of walking there, you see Vantalord heading back and pass him on the way, and you end up back at the blacksmith as well.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can also
yeah.
figure it out on break too.
You can hear me?
Yep, you sound good.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the blacksmith.
Okay. Likewise, you go to the Ironclad Forge, and you see her starting to pound away at Vantalord's armor and sword.
Okay. And then what would be, I don't know the player's handbook on me. What would be the next armor up? Like, what would be the highest armor that doesn't cause any reduction for stuff?
So you're looking like for most of the mediums, I believe, will not. I think disadvantage kicks in at heavy. What's that?
I have studded leather.
You have started leather. Oh, that dog! I tell you.
You can hear.
Oh yeah, I can hear her through you, and I can hear her in the house. So, where are we looking? Like there's chainmail. I'm pretty sure it does not cause any disadvantage to you.
The big thing with chainmail is he's gonna lose all of his stealth.
So it does cause disadvantage?
Yeah, because it's loud. Remember, Vantalord had 0 stealth because of his chainmail.
Actually, what is the highest armor I can buy with 82 gold and a trade in with studded leather?
I will say, just generally, I mean, I don't know if Rory has extra things, Skylar, but studded leather is the best armor you can get as a rogue.
Pretty much.
Without losing dexterity or stealth.
That's considered light leather.
Yeah, I'd be fine with
Light
that. With
armor.
disadvantage on stealth, though.
Disadvantage on okay, all right.
I will slap you silly.
'Cause I have
That's
plus
coming from the dwarf
13.
with the... No, you may have plus 13, but when you put on chainmail, it drops a ton.
Oh, I thought it was just disadvantage.
No, like it drops you like dang near to 0 because it's so loud.
Although he could probably get hide.
I think hide is still going to be less. Like if
Yeah.
you're basing it off of generally the only thing it could get you more, Skylar, is if you did magical armor, right? If you have studded leather +1 armor or something like that, then obviously that's going to have a bigger bonus.
Yeah, I would highly advise against leather for your rogue. Trust me.
Do you see how many times it screws Vantalord?
Just a little.
Yeah.
That was some good stuff.
But
Put Juno on the back deck.
okay. Or you could bring her in there with you. Okay, what about the other two of you, Cricket and Jubilee?
Cricket will just head back to the manor, and she's like exhausted, so yeah, obviously it was a long day. A lot of stuff happened. This morning we were fighting pustule, like venomous wolves or bears in the woods, and like so much has happened since then, and that was just one day. So yeah, she just PTFO.
Okay. Jubilee.
Wasn't I already at the manor sleeping?
I think so, but if
Yes.
there's anything you're wanting to do before the full rest, before the full night's sleep, like if you want to head out or do whatever.
Oh, I'm going to tuck my doll in for sleep,
Okay.
and maybe have a little conversation with her and see if she finally responds. Even though I feel like she probably won't, but maybe if I keep trying, she'll answer.
As you tuck her in, you kind of you're very sweet, and there's a very gentle side of you that comes out. And you tuck her in, and you tell her good night, and you see like a shimmer across her eye, and then you realize the moonlight's coming in through the window.
Run! Come on! I want a live doll.
Anything else, Jubilee?
No, I'm gonna go to sleep now.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna go to sleep, and I'm gonna thank the Raven Queen for being so supportive, and apologize for not picking the souls up like I was supposed to, because I got nervous and hope that I can still wake up feeling like I'm allowed to have new spells and things before I level up.
All right. And Jubilee, you have how many points of exhaustion right now? Levels of exhaustion? One or two?
I think it was. If I use the speak with the soul thing that I have, that's always one, even if I don't press, right? So I'm pretty sure I have two. So once I go to sleep, I should just have one.
Okay. You have two currently.
Right. Yep.
And Rihu has one. Cricket, do you have any?
Say that again.
Do you have any levels of exhaustion?
I had one.
Okay, so that will be gone. Raja, on your way back to after the blacksmith, or is there anything else at the blacksmith you want to do, or anywhere else you want to go?
No, I was just looking at the armors,
Okay,
and the only way I'd be able to go up any is if I bought plate.
gotcha.
Actually, does she have a shield?
Yeah, she has shields.
Can I get a shield?
Very likely. She starts digging around. It's decently organized, but especially in the evening, it starts to get a little bit less organized. Cricket, you disappeared. So she starts to look through, and she does have a shield. It's just a typical round shield. I do have this one. It will give you efficient protection. It is 10 gold for it. You see that it's like edged in metal, and it has good crossings on it to be able to hold the wood together. So still a typical +2.
Okay.
Would you like this?
Yes.
All right. That's just 10 gold then. Anything else I can do to help you?
No, thank you.
All right. You have a wonderful day. And she grabs her hammer and she starts pounding away at Vantalord's armor again. Raja, on your way back, you see a familiar face kind of walking through the streets. And as you get a little bit close, it doesn't look at all like it's a threat or anything. As you get closer, you see that it's Zimri, who is the goblin from the Trinket Trove.
Okay.
He sees you and approaches you and goes, "So, it's been like 6 months. Have you found him yet? I mean, for you, it's only been a day. For me, it's been 6 months. Have you found my brother yet? I know I just sold you those items, and I'm sorry to keep asking you, but have you found him?"
I have not.
Oh, yeah. Have you found the chest? The chest looks like the one on my sign. Have you found that?
The one that doesn't have a bottom?
Yes.
Yeah, we have one of those.
Well, it's possible. I mean, so he usually makes things like bags of holdings. Sometimes he's been known to make look, you didn't hear this from me, but sometimes he makes seats of holdings. Those can be either very useful or very bad. Other times he makes chests. He likes making things that can hold a lot of stuff. But he went on a job 6 months ago and he never came back. So if you find him, I really miss my brother, Gum Gum. But if not, I mean, and you just see his big goblin ears just kind of droop a little bit. Pull a whole what's the name? Darn it. Dobby. But okay, I'll keep looking. Hopefully he didn't come back and he's under all this rubble. And you just still see just mass destruction all around.
Well, I'll send him your way if I find him.
Okay, I would appreciate that. He understands these magical items way better than I do. And does someone have something playing in the background? No? Yes?
Is it like talking?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We're turning it down.
Wonderful. Okay. So you guys get a full night's rest. Everyone returns. Cedric and everyone is still there. They're doing well. Daniel and the other were-rats. The place is well cleaned and organized. They went about their little innate natures of hoarding and packing and putting things in their own little place. So you do get a full night's sleep and a full recovery.
And new powers.
And new powers. Yes, you do get your stuff.
Rory, as a reminder,
Yes.
the captain of the guard and his two friends, Safarine and Ildren. Where I know that when we left our conversation with them, they were like, "Oh, you can come talk to us later if you have questions or need our help with this," because we kind of explained the whole situation to them. Did they say where we could meet them? What was it at the place where like all of the like wounded are still, or was there some other location they told us to go to?
Yeah, generally speaking, it wouldn't be overly difficult. It might take you 10 minutes kind of thing. It's not going to be hard. You're either going to find them at the tavern where the wounded are being kept. As many as possible are being kept there. In that same district, you have the Arcane Lock, which is across the street from the Trinket Trove. Very likely they would be there. The captain, Alara, could be at the main gate or in that kind of district at the tavern. But all in all, if you want to find them, it's going to be an easy thing to find them.
Okay.
You can attune with 3 items, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Does anybody have magic items? This is, I guess, a little bit out of character.
Nah.
But
You guys are all sitting around the table talking about.
Does anybody have magic items that they're not attuned to because they like can't? That we should like redistribute?
I
Well,
have this wand of polymorph that I don't think has to be attuned. It just has charges.
Correct.
That's it, I think.
And that, and
That
then
is-
the one.
And it's not a wand of polymorph. It's a pen of polymorph.
And then the ring of heat resistance. Too.
Right. We have to figure out if anybody is gonna take that. Well, I suppose. Yeah, I was gonna say. I suppose we're all like up for like breakfast or something, and just talking around the table about this.
Yeah. Well, that's what I meant. Like, yeah, all around
Yeah.
the table. Yeah.
Well,
I have a ring of thieves left too.
I was gonna say these guys should wake up and they should already see me kind of. I'm trying to commune with that new entity. That's been causing the vision.
What does that look like? Like, what do we see?
So so if we look inside of that manor downstairs, I think there's that fireplace. You'll probably come down and I'll actually be sitting in front of the fireplace, just kneeling, just trying to, kind of mumbling, just like, I know that you obviously can hear me. You've entered my mind a few times as you've shown me visions of it, Sue. What do you want with me? No.
Without any feeling of the air, you just see the flames kind of as if a breeze hits the flames, but there is no breeze in the room.
sometimes just cause everything to burn. And even talking with Sue wasn't this hard.
You just muttering under your breath, like to yourself.
Oh, I am muttering. I am deep in thought. Just like, obviously whoever this entity is, want me for something. Is it just because the strength that I've been showing? Do I just need to do this on my own?
And it's kind of in this moment that each of you enter into this space, as he's still undisturbed, but you're kind of approaching the area to be able to hear him.
Cricket walks downstairs with Bear, sort of like bounding after her, feeling quite refreshed after a long rest and after yesterday. And I would say that generally Cricket is very much a morning person, and so she is like full energy first thing in the morning. Sun is up, let's go. And so even though Vantalord is having this like very peaceful moment with
I'm not in peace. Like, I'm so like,
okay.
I am like, I am like entrenched, just highly focused. I don't know what's going on around me. Like, I'm just like mumbling to myself, trying to get in contact with. They're trying to talk to this entity that's been causing visions that you guys have kind of heard about. I've tried to describe it, but I'm still like trying to figure out what the heck's going on, type of deal. So like, I'm just deep in, like, you can tell I'm deep in thought. So
yes, okay. Well, in the midst of your introspection, then we'll say, Cricket and Bear are just like, "Good morning, everybody! Wow, I'm feeling so refreshed. How about you, Vantalord?" Like oblivious to the fact that you are clearly deep in thought.
as you say my name, you just see me turn and go, "What do you want?"
Well, somebody woke up on the wrong side of the bed. All right, we'll just leave you to it. And,
Can I sneak downstairs with Parton while this is happening?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So,
What chaos have I ensued?
so if Vantalord is facing Cricket, I would like to stealth up behind him and like make eye contact with Cricket and just. And I want to lean down behind Vantalord and hold Parton as close to his head as I can without him noticing. For when he turns back around, there's just a creepy doll.
For the fun of it, roll stealth, and Vandalord roll it at disadvantage. Roll a perception at disadvantage. You are caught up in your own meditation, plus slightly off put by Cricket.
I got a 16.
I rolled a 2.
All right, you get right behind him. He has no idea.
I'm just gonna wait.
I look at Cricket and I'm like, I was trying to figure out what this entity that's been messing with my head has been trying to do, and you come down here in the middle of my meditations.
well, maybe you should have meditated not in such a public space.
I don't know this town. I don't feel like, at least I'm in a somewhat of a safe place.
Go, just like pretend you're asleep in bed or something. We won't disturb you there. You're in the middle of the Great Hall with like the fireplace.
Well, this person, every time she appears to me, shows up in fire. I figured this was a good spot.
Well, I'll leave you to it. And I'm just gonna keep going out, hoping that Vantalord just turns around.
And as you said, I go to reface the fireplace. Obviously, as I turn, I see Jubilee in this crazy thing. I get so startled, I pull my dagger out, and I'm like, "Get away from me!" I take your doll and I chuck it across the room.
If you hurt her, I will kill you.
I would like to see you try.
I don't think he's in a good mood today, Jubilee.
Really know if he's ever in like a great mood. I'm gonna go get my doll off the floor.
Well, maybe it's sometimes a neutral mood, but today is definitely a negative mood.
As I say that, I'm gonna go back into my room, and I'm gonna
Well,
try to finish meditating
how
and
long is
enjoy
that
my
gonna
happy peace.
take? How long is that gonna take? We gotta figure out what we're doing today. Daylight is already here, and time is wasted.
I don't come down in a half hour, 45 minutes, slide something underneath the door, and come with food. Dwarf got a dwarf.
All right.
And as I said, you just see this very angry, not a morning person dwarf, still frustrated that someone, interrupted his meditation, head back up to his room and say, now I gotta start all over again. Son of a
Good morning to you too. She just yells as he goes back up the stairs.
my coffee.
Is it just Jubilee and I down here, or?
Where are you at, Raja? You muted. There you go.
Raja is just. Oh. Just in the kitchen, probably. Cooking a little bit. Messing around.
Some of those old lizards in your bag.
Messing around with the magic items, and then he just puts the other ones on the table. So the ring of thieves' luck, gloves of sticky fingers, and then the ring of heat resistance, and then Jubilee had the pen of polymorph.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good morning. What's all this stuff on the table?
They're just some extra magic items that I had.
Do we know what they do, or?
No, I don't. Well, I know some of them, yes. Okay.
The ring we know, right?
Yep. We do know the ring. The pen transforms any written word into a small creature. For a small animal. So, ring of fire, heat resistance, ring of thieves' luck. Grants advantage on sleight of hand or stealth checks. Okay, the ring of thieves' luck is not on the table.
You're like, I'm keeping that one.
The boots of spider climber on the table. So that lets you climb on walls. And then there's also gloves of sticky fingers, which is the same, except the gloves don't need attunement. But you have to use your hands instead of just your feet.
Hey, Jubilee, I think that Raja has something you might like over here.
So much more stuff than
Your response was so high pitched it did not get detected by Zoom.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Yes. Can I? Because I'm gonna make a lot of problems with them in a good way, not bad problems, really good problems.
Yeah, you can have it.
We're gonna have so much stuff.
And then I've got a blast horn too.
Raja, how do you collect all this stuff?
Wait, is this the horn like you can think about the person that you can't hear it out loud, but they can hear it in their head?
No.
Or is it a literal horn?
It's like a jagged, twisted horn with strange runes carved into it.
And we don't know what it does?
Oh god.
It just makes a
summon
really
a
loud
dragon.
noise and stuns people.
It stuns them?
Yeah.
That seems useful.
If only Boromir's horn did the same thing. It's always too soon.
Does that one require attunement?
No. And neither do the gloves of sticky fingers. The boots of spider climb need attunement. The cloak I have on, like everything else needs attunement. But
Does anybody want to, like, who do we think should carry this horn?
yeah, anyone can carry the horn.
What does it do exactly?
Is there an equivalent for these gloves of sticky fingers in D&D Beyond, or is this a custom item?
It's a custom kind of spoof item. It's the same as basically the boots. So it allows climbing on walls by exhaling on your hands, right? So that's how you activate it. And then you can climb, right? But it's just like the boots of spider climb or whatever.
Okay.
Except that you have 3 charges.
I will say do your hands have to be like attached to the wall? Like, could you use your hands to cast the spell?
Yeah, you gotta Spider-Man this stuff.
Right, but like a boots of spider climb gives you the ability to like stick to, like, I think you can stick to the wall in theory, and you could just gloves do the same thing.
Right, so with the boots you'd be walking, right? So your hands are free.
Right.
With the gloves, your hands are on the wall.
Right.
So if you can cast one-handed, like a warcaster,
Or through your feet.
or through your feet, which I don't think that's a thing. I don't think somatics work so well that way. Let's just keep it PG with through the feet. But yeah, so your hands are stuck to the wall, right? So depends on if you can cast one-handed or not.
That'd be some weird blue box after dark Jubilee, like slipping her shoes off and casting spells out of toes or something.
A toe per spell slot.
And then I can teleport.
Yeah, I was gonna say, should we split up the boots and the gloves then, so 2 different people could potentially be able to spider climb?
I think we should.
Seems like something that might be useful for you, Raja, but you saying you can't because you can't attune to it.
Yeah, so I'm attuned to the amulet of the shifting veil, so that one lets me teleport 150 feet. And that's the thing I pulled off of the map.
What if you take the gloves then, and
Right, I
Jubilee
was
takes the
gonna say,
boots?
I'll trade with you because I don't think I'm attuned to anything right now. So if you
Oh,
need,
I'm not gonna take either the boots or the gloves.
You don't want to be able to spider climb?
No, because I have that ring of thieves' luck gives me advantage on stealth.
okay, I know that.
Well, you can still stealthily climb. Those are not mutually exclusive things.
But also, I know that Ryu's not literally here right now, but I feel like maybe the boots or the gloves would be helpful for Ryu to like maybe drop from like a ceiling and stunning strike, or like monk stuff.
I'm thinking about the fact though that like Raja has distance weapons. Like don't you have a bow? You've shot stuff with your bow before. Whereas Ryu is only non-melee, like non-weapon combat. So it feels like his is less useful, whereas like Raja could in theory sneakily climb up and shoot something from the shadow on the ceiling.
That's true too.
Well,
I mean-
we could give Ryu them gloves then, because he's got to use his hands anyway.
Wait, but how would that be helpful?
Because he'd climb and then drop on them and punch them. So like he'd have to do like drop attacks.
Like
You're
I wonder
saying-
if we could get like a surprise something by.
I
Imagine
think
grapples.
I think
Sticky
I feel like the real use is ranged anything. Like ranged spells, ranged attacks, because then you can get up high.
That way, because I don't have anything attuned right now, I don't think. So that way I'm not, if someone else needs the slot.
Yeah, the gloves don't need attunement though.
Yeah, I think the boots make sense for you, Jubilee, because also that way, if you want to cast spells while
And
you're
upside
attached,
down and cast.
yes, Spider-Man spellcaster.
What do
Honestly,
these look like is the
it adds
question.
to like the demony creepiness of your character too.
Could you imagine she like climbs across the ceiling and then just drops upside down with her little pigtail?
Yeah.
canyon?
How many horror creatures climb on walls and ceilings? Like it's there. It's there.
Alright, so as you guys are having the discussion, how loud are you right now?
Oh, we're loud.
They're excited.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jubilee is probably like, these books are so fun. Like smacks Vandelord in the head with one
Yeah,
leg.
Julie's just
The- the-
climbing all around the ceiling of the whole place.
The
Wait,
reason
what do
why
the
I say
boots
this,
look like though? Because I'm ready to like go to a shop and have them like cobbled or something so that they're like purple and sparkly.
They're dark, supple boots that have thin silver web-like designs across the soles, and you have been informed that they have 2 charges.
Okay. So, if I can find a shoemaker, and I'll leave the soles the way they are, and then I can have maybe someone change the color of the leather or something, because I would like them to be purple.
you
So
guys
wherever we go next.
come down the stairs, very angry. You guys, keep it down.
Maybe you should take a freaking nap.
Like coffee.
Oh, you must be done meditating if you rejoined the land of the living.
Can't focus anymore, so I'm just giving up.
We're trying to figure out what to do with this extra pair of gloves of spider climbing. Do you want to go on walls?
No. However, you know what may be more useful? What about those red gems that we got back in the,
Oh yeah, you mean these? Wait, and I'm like about to pull them out, and then I'm like, just kidding.
Why don't we figure out how to actually use them more than once without having to break them?
I don't know if we can, but we could ask. Maybe there's a way to like I don't know. Yeah. You know, I do have this ability to like get rid of magic. I wonder if that would work on them. But then it might like fully get rid of the magic. We could ask
then we might just have gems.
right. We could ask what Illadrin. She might know.
You think she knows how to make boots pretty?
The only thing I have is this, and then you see Cricket pull. I think I'm like wearing it around my neck just so I'm not always invisible. You see her just put the ring of invisibility on, and I'm gonna try and sneak around and mess with everybody. Like I don't know, just try and like do something to them so that they don't
Cricket's looked in a few days.
notice.
Like I said,
I was-
Mantler's angry right now.
I'm 100% gonna like try and pants Vantelord or something for that comment.
Roll a stealth. No advantage because he was in the room when you went invisible. So roll stealth and then roll.
Oh, now he's a natural 1. Hey, I have lucky. Re-rolling.
Oh my
that.
goodness.
You did not expect this at all today, did you,
I'm
Rory?
literally using one of my luck charges to pants
Lucky came in
Vandelord.
handy
What
today.
the heck?
Well, the luck so far is on the stealth. Vantelode roll perception, and then we'll take it to the next step.
no.
See how far
My
this
stealth
escalates.
is not stealthy. I can't believe I used a luck charge on that. That was dumb.
Well,
You know what? It was worth it.
What's your
We're
stealth?
punished on a long rest, right?
My stealth is 5.
Vantelode, your perception.
I rolled a 12.
Okay, and you had full intent, so go ahead and roll a strength check to depants him.
I'm having way
strength.
too much fun with this.
Wow. All right, that dice is going away. A
Right,
9.
yeah, like in athletics or whatever. Yeah, 9. Okay, so Vantelord, you know you saw her go invisible, and you could tell where she was walking. There was a slight creak in the floor in her shoes, and then you feel her try to tug at your pants, but it wasn't enough to get him down. It's like you feel this good hearty, but they just don't go. What do you do?
I reach around trying to feel her, to grab her, and to lift her up. Just single-handed.
Okay, make an athletics check to see if you can, and make a contesting check, Cricket.
Well, I'm using a different dice now, so maybe it'll be better. Nope.
6.
5.
Vandelord, it takes a little bit. It's kind of like, I don't know, undoing a wedgie or something. It takes a little bit of work, and eventually you, and you get her in front of you.
Well, I'm still invisible normal. You just like
Yeah.
I just start kicking my feet. Put me down. Leave me alone.
As you're
I
kicking
threw
your
her
feet,
down, I
Cricket,
just-
you remember almost like the scene from Men in Tights with Little John in the Crick. You realize you're actually taller than him.
Yeah, that's so true. You're right. I am.
But it took you a moment to remember that as your feet are on the ground.
I can't breathe.
This is not how I expected the session to start at all.
I'm gonna yell, Bear, stick him, and I'm gonna have Bear try and just like pull at his ankle. You know how like dogs can
Yeah.
like he's not trying to hurt him, but just like
Grab the
drag
legging
him.
and pull it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and grab him away.
I'm sitting in the corner petting Parton's hair after Vantalord had thrown her across the room.
And Vandalord, with the whole thing, there's almost a sense of ease that comes into the room.
Hey, Bachelor, would you like a coffee?
If there's coffee, I will drink all of it.
I will find you some.
I'm gonna take. Oh, go ahead.
I'll explain to Bantalore the extra items that are available.
Okay.
So that's the blast horn. I think the pen of polymorph. Did you not want that, Jubilee?
Oh no, I'm keeping that one.
Okay. The
Blast
ring of
horn?
heat resistance, and then the gloves are, I think, still up in the air. I don't know.
Rory, did you send me a description? You did send me a description of the pen and polymorph.
I sent all of you the link to the trinket trove where these items are located. So all of you have that in the Discord, so you can see it. But I just told you what the let's see. Oh, I told you the
Oh, here
boots.
it
The
is.
pen of the
Craft
polymorph
circular.
it's a slender, elegant pen made of polished ebony with a silver nib. The cap decorated with swirling engravings, and the pen feels surprisingly light when held. And as Raja had explained to you, it transforms any written word into a small creature. And it has two charges.
Okay.
Lisa, that was the horn of blasting?
No, that was
the
pen of polymorph.
No. I'm talking about the other horn. I heard
The horn is a twisted horn with strange runes carved into the surface, and produces a loud, disorientating sound that can stun someone. It has the potential of stunning someone and causing damage.
I think that horn's gonna be of use.
I'm guessing Vantalord is distracted, and I'm no longer like I'm fully
Yeah,
free.
no.
I'm gonna take the ring off and just act like how. Well, that was my plan all along. Glad to see you're in a better mood now, Vantalord.
It's getting better. Sorry about that. I just whatever that deity is that's been messing my mind the last like 4 or 5 days. It's
Yeah, I feel like you're not acting like yourself.
I've been trying to talk or commune, and I used to be able to commune with Apsu every morning, at least even just feel his presence. But this new deity, I don't know what's going on.
Well, do you think maybe perhaps like Absu's blocking it for some reason? I don't really know how gods work.
I don't think he can, based on the last vision that I had. So I'm just gonna continue trying to figure out what's going on. But I think that horn of, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense maybe for you or for Rihu to have the horn. Seems like something you might use.
I was thinking the horn and that ring of fire resistance.
Cricket, also, the pen of polymorph, you know a lot more about animals than I do, and it turns things into small creatures. So if you want the pen, I thought it was going to turn me into stuff.
I mean, I think you could probably use it on yourself.
Can I write on myself and and turn myself into like a mouse.
Probably.
Can I be a mouse that climbs on the ceiling?
Probably.
Do I still
I
have
don't
my
know how
boot
that works.
Mouse boots.
You could be a spider. That would crawl on the ceiling.
That's true too. Do you know how good it would be to listen to people's conversations? Okay, I'm keeping it. Never mind. Let's do it.
I don't need more help turning into things. I have the ability to do that already.
Okay.
With that, I take that horn of blasting, just because looking at the inventory, I'm guessing that's what it is. I'm like, I didn't remember if they said we could potentially have a second ring of fire resistance.
We have 2,
Have
right?
you-
Didn't we? Or we just have
You
1?
do?
Did
we
somebody-
just had the one?
Did the captain tell us they had one?
I know they said they had access to a single tuning fork, so we still.
No, I thought they also said they had access to 1 ring of fire resistance. Why in my head did I feel like we had 2 rings?
Let me
You do recall that Ildrin and Seraphine mentioned they do have items. You guys had tried to basically say, look, the place is being destroyed, why can't we have them? They gave their reason for not just relinquishing their magical items. And just as a note, from seeing them the other day, you know that Ildrin is a scholar, and Seraphine is a mystic. And you've heard them be called, that's kind of the way that they've been addressed, is Ildrin the scholar and Seraphine the mystic. And then, of course, Alara is the captain of the guard. But you did hear them say they do have items, as well as the Arcane Vault having items as well.
And the Arcane Vault is the store, right?
Yeah, where the if you remember when Raja was at the Trinket Trove, right, Zimmery saying it's the second-hand magic store. Across from him is the main shop, like the magic store.
Right. Well, I think you said this earlier, Vantalor, but I think it would be useful to find out perhaps if we can have a way to reuse these gems or something like that. We also have that chest of holding, right? It doesn't seem like that's very practical for us to like
do.
travel with. I wonder.
We need to somehow swap that out for something
Right.
less
Can we
heavy.
trade it maybe or sell it?
The
Like
little
just-
goblin over there was wondering about the chest.
I wonder if we could trade it. Like, if we could confirm that the Trinket Trove had a bag of holding, I wonder if like a shopkeep would have a better time with the chest being able to like store a lot of their stuff in it, and they would give us just a bag of holding. Well, I guess it doesn't.
Right.
Whatever.
Well, also,
But-
but also, you're saying, Raja, that the Trinket Trove owner wanted this chest in particular, not just like any chest of holding? How come?
Yeah, just a chest up. I don't know. It was like he was wondering about a chest that doesn't have a bottom.
Why?
Because his brother makes them, and his brother disappeared 6 months ago.
What?
Remember that goblin was talking to you yesterday?
I don't think that you told us any of this.
No, he didn't.
I'm just letting Skylar know in case he thinks that we know all of the stuff that he talked about with the shopkeeper. Like, we don't know that. Unless he tells us.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you all now. he was kind of wondering about that. I
Do you
also
think
told
he
him
would pay us for it?
Maybe.
Do we feel like maybe that's some kind of lead we should follow? That we have
Right.
his brother's chest?
Right, that does seem oddly specific. We could tell her where we got it from, or him, where we got it from.
I wonder. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how to get back there. I guess it's just through the swamp, but I don't know.
They have two different avenues that we can go down. I look at Cricket and I'm like, what if? So maybe you go talk to Eldran or Saffron about those gems. Maybe we can find a deeper information. Because I've got ideas. And maybe myself and Raja go talk to Goblin at the Trinket Trove. Because if he's inquiring about a chest, maybe we can make a deal. And unfortunately, from what I've seen with Raja, he tends to like to just buy at whatever price.
You mean he's not a good negotiator?
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe Jubilee and Rihu could go to the arcane vault and try and see if they have any items that might be useful, even if they can't get them, but they could try and scope out what options they might have.
I could do that.
My concern right now, it seems like Plane of Fire, the only one that knows anything about it is Raja. Did they have... Can you tell us a little bit about this place? Like, do they do like special magic detection? Because obviously they're a different plane. Or
Yeah.
anything that we need to know.
Are we gonna burn immediately when we get there? If we go?
If you don't have protection.
You do? You just burn immediately?
Well, I don't know. I never did.
You never saw anybody who wasn't who didn't look like you?
Not really. We don't usually get visitors other than people that are protected.
So,
Perhaps.
if you don't really get visitors, what's it gonna look like if 5 of us just show up at the gate?
Well, then we'd be protected.
But I mean, like, how would we be received?
Oh. Depends on what we bring to the table. So probably not very well.
What do you mean? Like, we gotta barter with them or something?
Yeah. Like, your really rich merchants are protected by the Afraidy.
So we have to be really rich merchants?
Yeah. You have to benefit them in some way.
I don't know how to do that.
We might just be slaves.
Well, I don't want to be a slave.
No, I don't
My other
either.
I feel like maybe in a past life I've been something adjacent to that. What a weird feeling.
So we know that if you're not rich or a merchant, things could go bad. Obviously, we've been traveling around without actually scoping out as far as defensive capabilities.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Well, so you know, Raj and myself and Rihu have gone from Augsburg to Dubbock's Pass to Wood's Edge, where we met up with you guys, to the swamp, and we literally showed up here in this stronghold without knowing the defensive capabilities. We've kind of gotten lucky.
What do you mean? Defensive capabilities of what? What do you mean?
If we go to the Plane of Fire, they've got the Jinn, which are, from my understanding, from what people have said, highly magical. What if they have defenses against, like, for instance, this ring on my finger? You know, the one that's been sucking up all of the, you know, breaking contracts.
So you're worried that if we go there we can't use magic at all?
I'm kind of concerned about that.
Well, if
Because-
that's the case, if you bring me, I will be literally useless except looking very cute.
I'm worried about the fact that I don't know how to. Like, I feel like fire is real dangerous
Oh,
to like organic things and like all nature at all. And so it feels like, I don't know. I'm pretty nervous about the idea of going somewhere where I burn up. Also, I can't
Can
bring
you-
bear.
Can you scry on another plane?
Let's find out.
So, but my concern is we have all of these magical items. If they have a defense against magic, he could light up like a dwarf when he sees a full feast.
He was about to say buffet, and he was like, "I don't know if there are buffets in D&D."
Exactly. but I mean, all of these items could like trigger an entire like we've got this.
Same plane only.
So
I was gonna say, I wonder
according
if I
to
could
the
somehow,
spell.
I wonder if
Yeah.
I could somehow get like a scrying scroll or an orb or something, and like see what the deal is over there before we decided to go.
So looking at Raja, what do they have for capabilities such as that? Because obviously I've never been to the plane of fire, because this fat dwarf probably would have sweat away all of his fat. He's doing his own history check.
There are some of the most powerful spellcasters, and they do a lot of warding there. But they have ways of detecting hidden magic. And
So what does that mean for us?
So if I were to disguise myself as an Afridi, they would know that I'm not actually one, I'm guessing.
probably, but they're only really looking for high-level magic artifacts to make them more powerful.
What about
So I don't think our items would really come as too much of a shock to them. However,
what?
they don't take too kindly to visitors. I mean, it's up
So-
to them to kind of decide your status, and if you're stronger than them, then you're higher up on the board. But also, as an Ifrit, they probably won't take too kindly to me. But I could also pass as just someone else's slave.
Would they believe that?
I don't know. I don't know if I've got wanted posters up or if they even know that I'm done.
Who was the person who you were enslaved to before?
I never learned his name.
You didn't know his name? Would you just call him Master or something?
Yep.
Was he really like powerful?
Probably. I'd say so. He had quite the amount of slaves. And I was one of them.
Well, I say we go and we find him and we stab him in the eye. A lot. So many times.
If we go back, is there a chance that like you'll be recognized and by
I guess-
him and try to be and like he'll end up wanting you, I don't know, like his property back, you know?
I do not know. But it just occurred to me. My master was a woman.
Oh.
And her name
Like
was
the Rory.
Santana Azrahia.
Roy does
wait,
not
wait,
have a poker face.
Okay, Scott, you gotta re-say what you just said.
It just occurred to me.
My master's name is Sultana Azrahira.
You know, I just remembered actually.
Rory's like, I have the whole thing pulled up.
I do remember the name, and it's a woman, not a man. Oh, that was great. What was the name? Did you say?
Sultana Azrahira.
That sounds fancy,
Yeah, it does indeed.
but you don't know what she did for like her. I don't know, like what her status was. Like, is she just some like regular rich person, or are we gonna walk in and like the leader of the whole city is the person who was
Right,
your
like do you
master?
obtain the
Yeah.
slaves based on your power or like your money? Or is your money your power or is your magic? Like I
Right.
agree with Cricket. Do we know if she's capable of doing really crazy stuff or is she just really rich?
Right.
Because rich I can deal with and can murder no problem.
Status in the Afridi system's kind of weird, but I don't really know how she was. I just know that in general, it's kind of a mix of everything, birthright. So the Sultan, the leader of the Afridi, is like, if he has a kid, if his kid is weak, that's not really going to change his status that much because he'd already be like set to take over.
Oh,
say
so
the-
it's like princes and princesses kind of deal. You don't necessarily have to be good at it. You're just in line for it. Because I was gonna say, if he's the sultan and he's like head of everything, and her name's already Sultana.
I was just wondering that. Is there any relation to
Yeah.
the fact that the leader is a sultan and her name is Sultana?
I don't think so. I just know that I do my work. I do the work that she tells me. I'm gonna go shush the dogs.
That makes me really weary.
Suddenly, Raja just, you see him crossing his legs and dancing, and he's just like, just a moment, I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Well, I mean, based on what Raja was just saying, I feel like
the nervous peas.
yeah, exactly. I feel like we could be really in over our heads trying to show up there and without, I don't know. But there's so many reasons it seems like a bad idea.
Yep. I
This is so
Yeah.
crazy. Raja just quieted his dogs, and suddenly Jubilee has crazy dogs in her house too.
My dog is asleep, thankfully. Bear is a good boy.
my Chow Chow's nice, and I'm glad that he's deaf. He goes up and sleeps. Yeah, I'm not liking the coincidence of Sultana and Sultan.
Right.
'Cause
That feels ominous.
that feels very ominous. I think we need to figure out how those gem issues.
Yeah,
but
we can
generally-
definitely do that. Another
I'll help.
question is, if a Ma is showing up there, how, if we had to speculate, what is she even doing there, and how is she gonna get it done?
Well,
She probably has some connection to the Sultan or something. She probably promised him something after the ritual's done.
I was just gonna say, last
Maybe.
night before going to bed, I was thinking more about that note that you got.
Right?
And it seems like she has to go. I was looking at one of the phases, and it took me quite a while to cross-reference what little I know and what you were trying to tell me. And I think she's actually trying to go there to make a deal to get like some special powers to blend like the necromancy and like fire abilities together. But it also made it almost seem like she's going there to get more souls in order to become immortal. So
Yeah, I'm looking at the letter. I'll pull it out. I'm rereading it to see.
And I say, I'm just going off of memory from what you told us yesterday, so like, I could be completely wrong. But I don't think the Plan of Fire is the right place, because from what Raja said, that the place is extremely hot. We only have one fire resistance. We may have access to two, but that still means two people that are not going to be able to handle the heat well. And it doesn't matter which two people. We all know that there's strength in numbers. We do better when we're fighting with each other versus against.
We have 2 tuning forks right now for the plane of fire, right?
Yep, we have access to one more from what.
Right. And we could tune that to this plane, right?
Potentially, yeah.
But we'd still need a second one to get back, even if we
Correct.
went there.
Yep.
Because technically, even if we did want to learn something about the plane of fire, even if everybody didn't go, if we had those tuning forks, it would be a little bit of a waste to use them for like a short trip.
Mm-hmm.
But in theory, we could do that. Like, we don't have to, like, we could just go and come back. Dip quickly if we needed to.
I'm just worried about if they do magic detection and they see 5 people show up with a bunch of magical items out of nowhere.
Yeah, you're right. Never mind.
What if we tell them that we're traveling merchants and we're here to see the Sultan and sell him magical wares?
Can you hear me?
Oh.
Good.
Yeah, we can hear you. You're a little faint.
It's a little fuzzy, but we can hear you.
We'll have to turn your gain up on the headset. If you hit start, type.
We can do it during the break.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll be too worried about the magic items that we have, because they do really only get powerful people over there.
Wait.
So I don't think.
What if? Okay, hear me out. This is probably the most wild idea I've ever had. Maybe. What if, because Raja has been there and has lived there, and I know that we are concerned that maybe Raja will be seen as like a runaway, right? But what if somehow we like change your clothes and make you look like you have a ton of money, and like it looks like you're super powerful and wealthy there, and then you say that we are all of your slaves?
Or we could look like really fancy merchants from the material plane who captured him to bring him back, and he's the slave. Not that I want to re-trigger your trauma.
And
And they would give you
not to
a-
reintroduce any trauma into your brain, but
They'd probably give you guys a reward and then take me and kill me.
we would kill them before they kill you.
They're genies, Jubilee.
Yeah, but like I have an in with a whole god. I've also
remembers-
never dealt with genies before though, so
I was just saying, what about this? Call me crazy. If I was
Crazy? What are you saying?
you're crazy.
You said
I'm like, you see this coffee? It's still half full. What if my dad and my grandpa all worked around nobility? What if I was to try to act like I was nobility to see the Sultan, and it was just me and Raja that went?
Well, my concern about Raja going is that they'll recapture him and we won't be able to get him back.
But they could do that to any of us. They could literally capture any of us.
But
I feel like if he's masquerading as a slave, then it's like, I feel like then they might be most willing to
Talk to us.
and rat versus if he's pretending to be powerful. I feel like there's a possibility they'll just see right through him.
But that's what brings up my train of thought. Obviously, if we're trying to talk to a sultan or a king, we need to have the ability to act like a sultan or a king, or no. Like I said, I'm the third line in a paladin, and my father was a personal bodyguard to our current dwarven king. Grandpa trained a lot of the current paladins that act as bodyguards to the king, so I grew up being used to how to talk. So maybe it's a time to practice some diplomacy. at a higher level. That
Do
way,
we want to practice something like that with Raja's life at risk?
that's the problem. That is
Okay. Well, what
that's
if?
my dilemma.
Okay. If you all give me 10 minutes, I'm going to make a very important phone call, which is not a phone call in Dungeons and Dragons. I'm going to call in a favor from a really cool lady and see if she'll answer.
What?
Hold on.
And Jubilee sits down and her eyes roll all the way back. And she's gonna see if she
Love
can get
telling-
in touch with the Raven Queen.
Okay. Go ahead and roll percentile dice. What are you trying to overall achieve in it?
I would like to ask the Raven Queen if she will temporarily possess my body and make me appear godlike to these people and somehow convince them that I am like an all-powerful demon lord of some sort with her help.
Wait, us?
Roll a percentile dice. See if you can basically commune with the divine.
Like, oh no.
Yeah. Roy is like, oh shit.
Okay. Please don't roll bad. I got a 70. Oh wait, I didn't roll the 10 also. Hold on.
Oh my!
75.
Okay.
I feel like that's probably not high enough.
Each of you, as she says, she sits down, her eyes roll back, and you see the whites of her eyes. It actually, like, her eye sockets, her eyelids are fully opened, and you can see the white. As she's sitting there,
Well, that's how I roll.
as she's sitting there, you then see her eyeballs turn to a black ichor.
Ugh.
Jubilee, in this black state that you're in, yeah, it's very familiar. It actually looks like it has the same feel as when you communed with the souls.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a very familiar feel to it. You feel a sense of connection. You don't see an avatar, you don't see any physical form, but you see a sense of darkness, very much like when you commune with souls. You believe that you have the ability to ask two questions.
Okay.
And being you haven't done this quite before, like you haven't spoken directly to her like this before, you're not exactly positive how the responses will come back, but you feel that there's some connection.
Okay. Hi. I hope you're doing well. I feel like I try really hard not to ask for favors because I sometimes don't feel like I deserve them, to be honest. You've done me a huge favor in giving me my life back, and I'm trying to do your bidding, and I know I'm not doing it that well right now. I'm still learning, but I was just wondering if you could potentially help me save the world, and I will definitely put your name on it if you will maybe possess me for a little while I go ahead and try to go to the plane of fire and do some diplomacy work. But like it'll be in your name at the end of it. It just won't seem like it right away. So let me know if that sounds cool to you somehow. And I'll owe you real big.
Longest run-on question ever.
That technically wasn't even a question. It was like an open question. Let me know if that sounds cool to you. Thanks.
There's a stillness in the atmosphere, right? The whole place has a little bit of a chill to it, but it always does. But almost like, but not completely, but almost like the connection is distancing. Not disconnected, but distancing.
She's like, girl, what the heck?
To the hand.
But okay. Wait. Because I feel you're trying to leave because I know this is really dumb. But it seems like a really good idea in theory because I can't talk to them, but I know you could talk to them because you're much better at this than me. So you can use my whole body to do your bidding for whatever you want during that and then afterwards. I will make it worth your while. Just tell me how you want me to owe you.
So what's your question?
You're muted, Rory.
So what's your question?
My question is, will you please do this for me so I can do a lot
You're
better
gonna ask
later?
the same. You're gonna use your thing to ask the same question twice. Why?
What else do I have?
You could literally ask anything. You already asked the one question.
Okay, that's my first question. My second question is, can you please give me an idea of something that might work? Because if this won't work, I don't have any more ideas, but I would like to attach you to it somehow if it's successful.
You see almost like this fluid appear and like it's being poured, right? It's being poured. And then that fluid turns more into like a smoke, right? So imagine this now, this stream that's flowing, and then it's actually turning like a...
Dry ice almost.
Yes. So you see it pour, and then it evaporates into the smoke, and it slowly illuminates backwards from the source of the pouring. And you see a skinny, long, ornate neck of a some sort of a container, and it goes back further, and it starts to widen into this more of a like a oil lamp type of container.
Like a genie bottle.
And then so you have this oil lamp that's pouring and turning into this smoke, and you almost get this like you ask for an idea, not for confirmation.
Okay.
And so there's a multitude of ideas. So you're talking about the land of fire and these genies, and she's like, well, here you go. Here's an idea.
Okay, so maybe we need to capture a genie. Oh my, wait, okay, hold on. Okay.
Are you present yet, or you are still in your trance?
Does it feel like this is the last thing she's giving me? Like this is the
Yeah, you were
or
pretty
anything?
sure that you had 2 questions.
Okay.
And then you start to feel yourself pull back out of this chamber-esque kind of dimensional space.
Okay. So my eyes will snap back now.
It's so creepy when you do that, Jubilee.
I'm pretty sure we have to capture a genie and ask for wishes.
What? What? Like in the children's stories?
She was not very clear, and I think it's because I was not very clear.
I don't. Can you even do that? Is that even a thing that you can do?
Yeah, can't you capture them and ask them to grant your wishes? Isn't that how they work?
I mean, in stories, yeah, but like, I don't know, Raja, can you capture them?
What if we can find one on this plane and then bring it with us?
If they're in an oil lamp like that, then I don't know how it works, but I know sometimes they get put away and they disappear from the plane of fire. But on the plane of fire, they're not. It's not like they're flying around in little lamps. They're just free to roam.
Do they
Yeah.
like have a lamp that they're tied to? Like, could we find, like, do they have a prison and we can like rub it and call them back to us or something?
I have no clue.
You're our only expert, Raja.
I was a slave. I don't
I
have that
know,
knowledge.
I know. So I was, while you were in your trance, I was flipping back through Malachi's journal. Remember how he wrote in his journal? And I forgot, I mean, I remembered that he talked about the genie in some way, but I went back and reread that. And he talks about how, like, a beautiful genie visited him. Sounds like maybe it was like a female genie. I don't know if that's somebody that is any connection to any of this stuff, but they were looking for the Phoenix Talon, and I definitely forgot about all the Phoenix things that all of the genies were looking for. Would it be a bad idea for us to bring Raja there because he has all of them?
That's probably a great idea.
That seems like a bad idea. That's what they're looking for to
Oh.
like become super powerful, right?
But what if we like dangle him in front of them and we're like, you do what we say, and if you do, then we will
What,
give you
sell
but
him?
we won't. No, we won't actually do it.
Is there
Then
what happened to those items, Raja? Did they like meld into your body? Like, can they be separated from you?
I'm not sure.
Try and
They
take it
always
off.
so.
Does it come off? I don't know how it works.
what if we blow up the plane of fire?
I think we can blow up the plane of fire.
Put a bag
Wait.
of holding inside of the chest of holding.
And throw it into the plane of fire.
Grenade!
Well, that'd get rid of our present problems.
Wait, what's our present problem?
Oh, math.
Oh,
Everything.
yeah,
The
everything.
door.
Yeah, maybe this is what's so worrying is that we're talking all about the plane of fire and like the genies and the Ifrits and everything like that, but at the end of the day, isn't our whole goal to stop a Matt? Like, she's the one who's gonna try. The genies have been living in the plane of fire for who knows how long, and they're not bothering us. I mean, clearly they're doing their own bad stuff, and maybe that's a future thing we should take care of, but like, right now, all the people and places we love in this plane of existence are at risk from her and her plans, right?
Based on her note, she still has to make a. If she goes to the plane of fire, she has to make a deal with someone
Right.
to get her ability, and who knows?
Maybe she'll make a deal with the DM so he can change his own role into a natural one later.
I'm just saying, I think
I think we go
There's-
Dovik's path.
yeah, I think so too. I mean, obviously there's reasons that going to the plane of fire could be good, but it seems like there's so much risk. And I worry, especially remembering the Phoenix thing. I just worry about the fact that we're walking in the doors with the things that the revolution purposely dispersed all over the world, if what we learned about back in Woods Edge was true.
So say we go to Dubbock's Pass and we figure all this stuff out, and then we somehow wrangle every army in the whole world, and we bring them to the plane of fire and have them kill everybody.
I mean, this is the thing about
That's
going.
genocide.
Yeah, I don't think we could. I'm sorry, I just bypassed that comment because I assumed it was a real. Not happening. We wrangle every army in the whole world. All right.
Cricket, will you go ahead and roll a history check?
Oh, that's intelligence. I don't have that.
Oh, let's hope it's above 14.
+0. Okay.
So I would. Look
Nope.
at that
5.
5.
I did not read books. I grew up on a farm.
There's something on the tip of your tongue. Something doesn't seem right about what you had remembered about the prophecy. But it's just that weird thing at the tip of your brain that you cannot place.
When I'm saying it out loud, does anybody else remember it correctly?
That's when it dawns on you, is when you say it, but you're just like, this doesn't feel right.
I think
but-
I might be misremembering the prophecy, but it's something about anybody else remember the thing about the revolution and like uprising and the Phoenix things? What? I don't remember all the specifics. I just remember they were looking for all the parts of the Phoenix. Sounds like a lot of people were looking for all the parts of the Phoenix, because that genie asked Malachi for the Phoenix Talon and promised him a wish if he brought her the Phoenix Talon. So clearly she was looking for it, which is why he had that Phoenix bird and was like trying to find it as well. According to his journal, he never found it.
It was inside of me.
So do we remember why the genies are looking for it?
To keep the Ifrits from it. Well, I don't know.
Wait, hold on. Genies and Ifrits are different? I think in my head I thought those were the same creatures.
No, they're Afridi and Ifrits.
Wait, hold on. Afridi and Ifrits are not the same? I definitely thought those were the same too. Which one of those is a genie? Are
Yeah.
no, none of them three separate? I thought they were all the same.
No, the
Listen, I
Afridi-
grew up around sheep, okay?
The Afridi are the big genies, and then the Ifrits are the people like me.
Okay. Afridi and genie, same?
Yeah.
Ifrit is you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now say what you said again before I was confused. The genies are looking for the Phoenix stuff for what?
To stop the Ifrits from getting them, because the Ifrits made them to basically make a super weapon against the Ifrits, or against the Afridi.
The Ifrits made the Phoenix parts to be a super weapon against the Afridi /
Yeah.
genie.
So slaves made super weapon against their
Okay,
masters.
real
Gotcha.
quick, did we not collect all the parts of the Phoenix? Do we have a super weapon and we didn't know it?
No, we have the
We
Phoenix
have the
heart and
feather, we
Phoenix
have the
feather.
heart, and we have the talon.
Do we have the talon?
Did we not have the talon? I don't remember. They're in your body. Do you not know what's in your body?
I thought we just had the ember.
No, we don't have the talon. We were
Yeah.
gonna look, and then we went looking, and we couldn't find the talon.
So we have
Right
two
before we
of
came
the
into
three.
Yes, we have 2 of the 3.
So maybe we shouldn't go to the plate of fire till we have the super weapon. That seems like right. I
That's
don't
also
know.
just possible folktale legend.
I mean,
I got stronger when
The
I.
feather
Right.
and the ember were folktale legend, and look at you now.
yeah, right. I feel like the fact that 2 of the 3 existed and they made you more powerful and they had like magical properties means probably there's a third.
Yeah, but where would we find it? Did it say anything in that journal?
It was bad. Okay, so as he's saying that, I'm like, okay, the swamp that we just came out of, when Cricket was going through reading Malachi's journal and all that, specifically said that the Talon would have been right about there. It's like 3.5 days away from here. We could go back and look. Again, that's
Wait,
now
we
time.
think it's like in the forest or something, you're saying?
Yeah.
But Malachi searched the whole forest trying to find it and he couldn't find it. Now I'm not saying we could not get lucky, but it seems like if he was doing that for maybe even years, why do we think we could just wander the swamps and find it, or the Ember Forest or whatever it was?
You were the one trying to do a locate magic on it.
I tried. I would mean I was trying. Oh, that's why I had locate object prepared. Guys, I for sure was so confused. I was like, why do I have locate object prepared? That's why.
Go look at my session notes from July 28th, 2024. Session 37.
Yeah, I think I was just doing that like offhand just in case we happened to be walking past.
Yes. It was right after we killed all of those hounds in combats. You know, right before we entered here, we had that awesome encounter right at the end of the day. It was fantastic. We all hated it.
This complicates things.
Just a tad.
And as each of you sit in the dining room / kitchen area, pondering over the magical items and coffee, with
That
with
coffee
these
exists in this world.
with these revelations occurring one after the other, as you start to think about the different moving pieces, we will go ahead and go to break.
Okay then.
Skylar, I don't know if you want Tom to help you with the headset.
Headphones.
Yeah. But yes, we are going to break. Back in 5 minutes. Let's go ahead and go with, let's pick this one.
In a circus right where magic meets the eye. Raja, the rogue, with flames that touch the sky. A mirror's trick, a duplicate's creation. Jimmy, his twin, born from reflection sensation. Words of wisdom, Raja to Jimmy apart. Hopes of a future, a kinder, stronger heart. Look past that verge, horizons expand. New experiences await in this magical land. Two sides of a coin, both seeking their way in a world of wonder by night and by day. Through trials and triumphs, the stories unfold. Raja and Jimmy, brave and bold. Mirror show, more than just a face, a reflection of dreams in a shared space. Lessons learned and bonds that bind in the heart of adventure. They'll always find. Two sides of a coin, both seeking their way in a world of wonder by night and by day. Through trials and triumphs, the stories unfold. Raja and Jimmy, brave and bold. Words of wisdom, Raja to Jimmy apart. Hopes of a future, a kinder, stronger heart. Look past that verge, horizons expand. New experiences await in this magical land. Two sides of a coin, both seeking their way in a world of wonder by night and by day. Through trials and triumphs, the stories unfold. Raja and Jimmy, brave and bold. Jimmy apart. Hopes of a future, a kinder, stronger heart. The past diverge, horizons expand. New experiences await this magical land. Two sides of a coin, both seeking their way. In a world of wonder, by night and by day. Through trials and triumphs, the stories unfold. Roger and Jimmy, brave and bold.
Yes, there are definitely dogs that are barking up a storm. For sure.
This is great.
The jerky or the session?
Just terrible and great all at the same time.
There you go. As soon as Cricket and Jubilee returns, we'll go ahead and kick it off again. Skylar and Tom, if you want to connect. And Skylar, your camera is all tilted up.
You're muted. You're talking to me. I cannot hear you.
Okay, we will start back up as soon as Jubilee and Cricket return. In the meantime, Skylar, your camera's tilted up. And if you want to connect with Tom about how to fix
How do
your...
I sound that?
Huh?
How do I sound that?
How do you do what?
Never mind.
Okay, to turn up the gain on your microphone, hit the start button, type in change system sounds.
Hit what button?
The Windows button, that little start run menu.
Does he need to change his mic first so that his mic is going through the camera instead of through his headphones? Because that just might be the problem.
Yeah, that could just be it. Just
So
set the mic only.
If you want to walk in, he has to do that through Zoom?
Yes. So on the bottom of Zoom where it has audio, there's select a microphone. Select the option that has your, it'll say like mic, webcam right next to it.
Is this better?
Yes.
Yep.
Much better.
So you should still be able to hear us. So there we go. That's
How's
how
that?
it goes mild.
Sound test, Sky. Sound test.
Hello, 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 hello.
Yeah. How do we sound to you?
Good. A lot
All right.
better.
Awesome.
Yay!
All right. Well, let's go ahead and kick it back off.
Guys, I had a very bad realization in the 5 minutes that we were just eating our breakfast.
Oh no.
What if a mop found the talon and she knows that the genie need it and she's gonna turn it in for a wish or power or something that helps her get her goal of becoming a, like, undead lord?
She didn't say anywhere in her notes that she had it, though.
I mean, maybe she didn't want to put that in writing to people. I don't know. Maybe she wanted to keep it close to her chest of, like, she's not going to say, like, I have this item and I'm going to trade it for this.
Yeah.
She told us that she killed 750,000 people. I don't think she's hiding very much.
That's
like-
very fair.
That's true. But also, maybe that's because her minions need to know how many people, like how many souls they still need since they're helping with that mission. But maybe the minions, she doesn't want them to know that she has this powerful object.
True.
I'm just saying, that's like worst case scenario,
It isn't.
right?
That's a very bad thing, if that is.
Did we ever see, I mean, Raj, I felt like you were in her pockets a lot.
Well, I got the phylactery key.
Oh, that's right. You have the key for that.
Yeah, and then I got this amulet that seems really powerful.
What's the amulet do?
Lets me teleport 150 feet.
And that was hers originally.
Yep. Teleport 150 feet, and I could go through walls as long as I can see.
Okay, regardless what happens and like where we go and what we do, what should we do with the key, the phylactery key?
I say we use it. If we become the lich, then she can't.
What? Oh,
But
what?
we don't have.
We
nearly
can't just
that-
become a lich,
That's
Roger.
terrible.
That's not how that works, I don't think. But I'm saying, should we keep it on us or should we leave it somewhere where she wouldn't like look? We could put it in that chest of holding and then give the chest of holding to the trinkets trove shopkeeper. I don't feel like it. I don't know, or
That's
something
a
like
terrible
that.
idea.
We did not
Well,
like
I
it.
trust the trinket trove person.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, like, put it somewhere. I hate when people. This is Katie talking. Actually, I should not use Ghibli's voice or Cricket's voice, but I hate when people keep the important item on them. I don't know if anybody watches Rings of Power. Sorry, I'm diverting.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Did you finish season 2?
Yeah, and then I was let down because there's not a season 3.
Yeah, there is. There should be. I think they're supposed to be
Not
5
on the
seasons.
streaming channel that I'm watching.
Oh, yeah. That's because season 2 the season finale of season 2 just and this was like last Thursday or Friday or
well,
whatever.
yeah, okay, yeah.
All right.
There will be though. Anyways, she had the freaking thing that the person needed on her and then fought him and it was like, of course he's gonna get it. It's on you. Like I just feel like offload it. Like put it somewhere so it's harder for someone else to get if we are
Okay.
compromised.
We could put it in the chest.
How about this? I have an idea. Obviously, I'm still trying to figure out this whole new being that's been messing with my mind. I wonder if I can use this to talk to her. Maybe she can take it.
Who? The being? No! The person who we don't even know who it is, you just made a contract with some other random being? That could be just as bad.
Oh,
I haven't
Dr.
made a
Lord, do you
contract
have-
with her.
You're hearing people in your head too sometimes?
Call the deity, and I'm always trying to commune with them.
Oh, that's cute. So sometimes people call it a deity.
Right.
Sometimes it's called other things. So I've heard about it before, because it used to happen to me a whole lot. And then when I started working with the Raven Queen, it kind of got quiet. But I don't think that it was a deity. I think that it was just my brain trying to say a lot of things to me all at one time.
But so, how do I say this without sound like a total idiot?
Can Vandelord do that?
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Zing.
Bravo! Shots fired. Emotional damage 2 points. No. Psychic damage into D6. No. I look at Crook and I'm like, Paladins still need to have that the deities, and if someone's trying to build a new bond with me and I haven't been able to appease, maybe this is what they need. And Rory, just so you know, I'm actually trying to use deception with this.
Okay.
Because obviously, you and I have talked enough to know.
I mean, you
this
could
one-
just role play it out.
So, okay.
Yeah. You can. I don't trust your god. I don't know. I don't have any god. I don't want to give it to some random god.
And here's the problem: you don't have a god, so I have trouble. When we first met, I had trouble trusting you because I think everyone should have a deity that they serve. You didn't serve anyone, but we have both proven that we can still get along. We still fight really well together, and we still come together as friends. This new deity that's obviously wants my
Listen, I respect you, Vantalord. Even though you serve a deity, I'm saying I'm not going to entrust this potential powerful thing to a god that I don't follow. If I said to you, hey, let me give it to some creature that I worship, and you didn't worship that creature, you probably wouldn't do that either.
But you're still trying to worship a deity that you just have in the form of a creature. What if this is what I need in order to actually be?
No, my point is, if I had a deity, you probably wouldn't let me give it to my deity instead of yours.
If it's a deity that you've been trusting for a while, why not?
You would let some other
what-
deity, not yours, handle it?
Yeah.
Are you lying or telling the truth? And I'm
That
doing
is the
insight.
case.
You can roll insight, and you can
Yeah.
roll
Insight.
appropriately, Vantalord.
If that's the case, I know who we can give it to.
Dirty 20.
And I rolled a nat 20 plus 3.
You rolled a nat 20?
New dice.
What'd you say, Jubilee?
Well, if that's the case, Vantalord, I have someone we can give it to. She's really great.
Working on using your deity as well, trying to get into the djinn. Can I at least use it to try? Maybe can I just use the key? Maybe just to try to talk with her. Maybe she's actually trying to make me prove that that I'm worth talking to again. That's what Maybe that's all I need, because I've been trying to commune with her for the last 3 days. At least try to learn more about her. It took me years with Epsu before I was able to talk with him on the regular, but occasionally he would talk to me even after a week or so because I had to show devotion.
Why would your deity need this key?
Sometimes it's this powerful items to show that, hey, I'm worthy of actually serving them. Maybe the key's what I need. If it's a powerful item like that, just show that, hey, I can take down powerful enemies.
Is this how you communicate with all the women you're trying to win over?
You think a dwarf actually has a girlfriend? I don't have time for no women to date. As I said, just give me 5 minutes. Let me just test this.
You're seeming very pushy, Vantalord.
At this point, it doesn't hurt. That's all I'm getting at. We're kind of wasting time here.
What do you mean it doesn't hurt? Can't you just ask her or something anyways? Why do you need the key to ask?
I don't want my deity thinking I'm lying to them.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if your deity is anything like mine, they probably know what you're doing all the time. Even when you're pooping.
I see you when you're sleeping.
Yeah, I'm with Jubilee. I feel like she should know the fact that we have that thing. You're not trying to lie to her. You're telling her the honest truth that we have this, and you're just trying to gauge if this is the direction that she wants you to go. Raja's been awfully quiet. What does Raja think?
I saw him laugh when I
Raja's
said
just
poop.
staying really quiet because he doesn't really know much to nothing about religion.
Yeah, I'm not the only one without a god.
Okay. I'm just gonna go through roll out one last time. I'm gonna try to just persuade just for 5 minutes. Just let me have the key. I'll go to my room. You guys can listen to the outside the end of my door. But
Wait, you're gonna go in a room by yourself with it?
you guys
Heck
can listen to
no.
everything I'm doing.
I mean, you can try and persuade me. I don't know how you want to roleplay that, but
That's what this entire roleplay has been trying to be, is persuasion. And I'm trying to do it with some diplomacy on top of it. I'm like, I have a feeling right now I don't have a deity. I want to make sure that, one, if we do go to the plane of fire, I at least have something as well, give me some little extra strength in case we do go against these genies. Anything I can use to at least bargain a little bit. I'm sure Jubilee's had to bargain with her deity as well. That's all I'm trying to do.
all right.
I'm literally only alive because of mine. I'm technically not even alive really right now.
Here's the difference. Jubilee, so far at least, in her, it feels like her relationship with her deity is between her and her deity. Never has Jubilee been like, hey, give me this item of yours, Cricket, because I need to give it to my deity, you know? Like it's her relationship with her deity, not it doesn't need to be forced. Your religion doesn't need to be forced on me.
I'm not trying to force my religion on you.
I mean,
I'm just trying to say I'm trying to at least show my deity that I want to serve her. I've already pretty much gotten a vision that because I broke all these contracts that Epsu's like, you know, it's your own strength. It's your choosing to stop serving me. I've got to forge my own path. I've been following my father's and my grandfather's
But
throughout my life.
I think that's Cricket's point is that it's your relationship to forge your own path, not put the fate of like all of us and this item in your deity.
Oh, fine.
I'll be honest too, Vantalord. I feel like the direction that you've been headed, and maybe it's because of this new deity, or maybe it's because you're sort of aimless right now, but it doesn't feel like it's a good direction. It feels like you've been more selfish and suspicious. Some of the actions you've taken have been less than maybe as like I would say overtly, you know, stand out and pure as you were before. Which, like, I'm not saying you need to be pure and stand out. I'm saying that direction seems like I don't always maybe trust this new deity that might be talking to you. Especially considering the fact that I remember when you were in that room. Where were we? In the dungeon thing, and like you were like so single-handedly focused on stuff and like did not care about the interest of the group at all.
I was trying to at least take down that, you know, whether it be Malachar or whatnot, because he was hurting the group.
No. I'm trying to remember what that room was. It was with the chest. Do you guys remember what I'm talking about when he like saw a vision? It was like one of the first times that I feel like you started to.
Talking about the wardrobe?
Yeah. Am I the only one who remembers this? I feel like Rihu would be here with some words of wisdom.
I was just following a hunch because something drew me to the wardrobe. Dorf had to see what was in the closet.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, you just see Vantor just getting a little fumed. Like, I'm just trying to figure out what the hell's going on. I have never been without a deity, and right now you're right. I am aimless. I'm just trying to forge a new connection because right now you're right. I don't know what I'm fighting for. I know right now I'm trying to fight to make sure that we as a group stay protected, and if we can help save the world, or at least this region, you know what? So be
Well,
it.
can you tell me about this deity before, if you're asking us to trust them?
Here's the problem. I've only seen and heard her in visions just saying that, you know, wants me to serve her. I haven't been able to really commune and talk with her yet to at least learn more about her. I'm trying to prove that I want to serve her and learn more about her.
Right, Vantalord, are you hearing yourself? I just asked you who this person or deities, like, tell us something about their character that would make us want to trust them. And you're saying you don't know anything about them. You're asking all of us to trust somebody who you don't know anything about? That's wild.
With that, you just, like, why do you think I've been trying? I've been trying the last 3 mornings to at least hear from her. I understand what she wants with me.
I understand that that's a personal frustration. I'm saying that, do you understand why it would be the most unwise decision for all of us to trust something that you don't know yet? I understand why you want to learn more about her, but until that happens, we don't know anything about her, so we're not just gonna. What if you were suddenly, I'm not saying that this is true about her, but what if this deity was like evil? What if this deity was aligned with Amat? What if the deity said, actually, never mind, I want you to help Amat get her goal accomplished and rise to being an evil undead lord? Would you then you want us to be okay with that?
This pause is concerning.
Yes.
This is Tom thinking, not Van. You look at just Vantlord, the blank stare. I'm like, okay. I'm not gonna give her the key. I just want to at least show her that I have the strength that maybe she's looking for in me. Just something to physically steer. I'm not gonna. I understand, not trusting, because right now I'm having trouble trusting myself. But I think part of it is because you got to think for 20 years since I've pretty much had something to at least line my path with and guide me.
Well, sometimes
I've never not had this.
Sometimes when you're in the talking stage, it's a little confusing. So you need to ask for clarification, because maybe your communication is a little bit skewed because you're not sure how she communicates best because it's a new relationship. So what if you ask her what she likes, ask her what makes her happy, and then you go based off that. Maybe you two like the same plays, maybe you two like the same books, and then you can talk about your mutual interests.
I don't think God is really going to have the same mutual interests. Obviously, she has a way that she wants to see the world go. But that makes
what's her name?
That's what I'm still trying to learn.
Oh,
You don't even know her name.
But here's the issue right now.
Can you imagine worshiping somebody you don't even know their name?
I remember when I first met Apsu, I just saw a silhouette of him. It took me a while to actually truly learn his name, but I
think that maybe you're placing a lot of your self-worth in someone that you're not even sure if it's worth having them in your life. Like, I think that maybe you should talk to them about what they want from you instead of trying to give the things that you think they want to them.
As you say that, I just glare at him like, what do you think I was trying to do this morning before I was so rudely interrupted?
I don't really think that that's our fault for using the communal living space.
I was just trying to use a different setting. I think you guys are onto something. As I say that, I pick up my coffee, I walk out the door, I'm like, I'm gonna go see if I can find the town priest or cleric.
That seems like a good idea.
Sounds much more productive.
This whole thing is taking such a turn. It went from being like, oh, hey, let's figure out our magical items, to, oh, let's figure out where we're going, to, oh, let's try and remember all the actual lore that we know. To suddenly, Tom's oath breaking, like Mandalorian's oath breaking. Like, what?
And okay, so Vandelore is so
already
because,
did.
Yeah, Tom is like in the middle of an existential crisis, and Taylor and Katie just therapisted him as Jubilee and Cricket.
My favorite part is that you just use straight up relationship advice.
And I just see Rory just going, what the hell is
How
going
to
on
date your
now?
god 101.
I am just
How to
keeping
date
my.
your God.
I got called out. I'm keeping my face straight as much as possible in those conversations.
And Roger's,
I don't even know how to
Roger's
put
just-
this into my notes.
Roger's
Oh, I
chilling
got
in the
notes.
corner, like, Roger's chilling in the corner, like,
Y'all are crazy.
yeah.
He's like, maybe that would be a better place than here.
I do feel like Rihu would have some very good wisdom for this. I feel like he's always the calm, wise one with
The
stuff.
very calm, like, hey guys,
Yeah.
perhaps
this.
what you're thinking about is unwise.
Uh,
He never even
okay.
has to explain. Just because
No,
it's
it's
reason,
true.
we're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
You know what I just realized? We could go to Dovix Pass and check it out, because it's not like we have to stay here to go to the elemental plane of fire.
So, I was thinking about the same thing actually. That if we can find enough tuning forks that we could go and come back, because I don't think we want to be trapped there, right?
Yeah.
We don't have to do that here, right? We could go to Dovett's Pass, and then at any point we could go to the plane of fire with those, as long as we have those tuning forks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also worry that, like, if Amat does have the Talon, I know that's like a if, but if that is true, I don't know that we're gonna be able to stop her. Like, I feel
Well-
like she's got a day's start on us because she teleported there like yesterday, and then not only that, but we have some ideas of how we might be able to get in, but I feel like we do not have a foolproof plan of how to actually get an audience with like the Sultan or something without getting captured.
If she has the Talon when she comes back, then I could just trade her for the Phylacterer free key.
I don't think she will, though. I think the point is the genies want the Talon. That I think she's probably going there with an item they want to try and
Yeah.
trade for something she wants, whether that's like more power or wishes or I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know what she needs for her ritual. But I
Well,
do think that's a
the
good point,
key
though,
is-
Raja. Yeah,
the
we
key
have.
is a big thing that she more so wants it. She could do
Right.
without it, but it'll speed it up.
Right, that's a good question. So, like, could we use that? Could we use the key as a bargaining chip for a map? Somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know how, though. I don't know. One, I don't know how we get to her. Obviously, we could try and go to the plane of fire, maybe find her, but also we don't know where she'll be for sure. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I say we just go to Dovix Pass first.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's the easiest path.
Yeah.
And I think before we leave, obviously we should still try and find another tuning fork for the material plane. And maybe another ring of fire resistance in case we have to go. And I think we should find out about these gems as well. So maybe we do what we were going to do and we talked about an hour ago. Vantalord is gone, though. He's talking to a priest. So, wait, hold on. Originally, he was going to go with Raja to try and bargain with the chest of holding. Jubilee, are you good at negotiating?
It depends, probably. Not everybody likes my methods.
What does that mean?
Good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
That's not
Remember?
good cop, bad cop is not the same thing as a barter with a upstanding shop owner.
I feel like maybe I could, maybe.
Well, all I'm saying is, can you make sure Raja doesn't overpay and like just give away this chest of holding for nothing?
Oh yeah, I can do that
Yeah. Okay. Good.
with my sneaky dagger.
Okay. No. Don't hurt anybody. Okay. Maybe we said Rihu with Raja.
No, I could probably do it. Okay, my charisma's really high. Somehow I know that.
Well, you know that you know that when you talk to people, you have a sense, a way of communicating with them that draws them in. Right? That's another way of saying that.
I could do it.
It's also my good friend, and I can scare him really easily.
We just arrived yesterday. How good of friends can you be?
I almost might as well have bought his entire shop.
This is what we're worried about happening again.
I don't have money for that.
Yeah, but we have a chest that he wants potentially. We don't want you just using that and buying a bunch of other.
I think we should all just go.
Okay, maybe that's a good idea. Okay, let's go there first, then. So I guess we leave, Rory.
Yeah. One second. Preparing for finally a decision of where you guys are going.
Just took us 2 hours into stream.
Hey, no, it has been wonderful. Loved it. Lots of notes. Okay, so you guys head across town, or across the stronghold, and as you do so, again, you walk the distance to the square. Sorry, just getting organized here. You walk the distance to the square. You get through the square, and again, everything is just in shambles. As you make it and I got a song stuck in my head. As you make it across and to the other side, you get to the market district. There where the blacksmith is at, the you got this much nicer building in the center. That's the arcane vault. The tavern, or not the tavern, the tavern over here to the right. The blacksmith over here. Kind of this rundown, kind of shack-looking building is the trinket trove. So you guys are heading all to the trinket trove, is that correct?
I think that's what's happening.
All right. As you walk in, you hear a little ding, 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 ding as this bell chimes above the door, and you walk in, and you see just this. Oh, it's like a hoarder, a secondhand store that's also a hoarding space, right? Like, stuff is a little bit of everywhere.
I thought you bought the whole shop out, Raja.
Yeah.
When you walk in, each of you have the link in Discord if you haven't already opened it for the trinket trove. But you just see all these different items in there. You see a sturdy leather quiver. You see simple silver rings. You see bronze rings. I mean, like, you just see, but it's not organized. It's just kind of everywhere. So there's just, hopefully that helps with a visualization as you can read those descriptions of the things you're seeing. It takes a couple seconds as the last one of you enter, and you finally hear from behind the counter just this, what? One moment. What? Hold up. Sorry, my foot was stuck. And he makes his way around the counter because all you can see are the tips of his ears from behind the counter, and you see Zimri, a goblin standing there.
Hey, big dog.
No, goblin. Goblin, not dog. Goblin. But I appreciate... No, I don't really appreciate... Anyways, what's up? How can I help you?
I'm not gonna talk today.
Wait, why?
Because they think I made poor decisions.
Well, I don't think so at all. Likely, my brother would say that I made really poor decisions. I really don't know how much this stuff is worth. I don't know if I ripped you off or if I just lost him a lot of money. But
Well, that's really concerning in itself, sir.
I mean, he's been gone for 6 months.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but also, have you ever checked if the things that you're selling in here work?
Oh yeah, sometimes. One time made me stop ever again.
So, what'd you say your name was again?
My name is Zimri.
Zimri.
Uh-huh. And you just see these big mangled sharp teeth.
Right. Okay, Zimri.
Uh-huh.
My name is Cricket. And I am wondering...
You're
Raj...
You're not a cricket.
No, that's just my name. Are you a Zimri?
Uh-huh.
But, I mean...
But you're a goblin.
You're a goblin.
Uh-huh.
Okay, anyway, listen. Our friend Raja here said you were talking about something like a chest with no hole in the bottom.
No, I was looking for a chest with a hole, with no hole,
Yeah,
with no bottom.
With no bottom, with a hole.
Because my brother Gum Gum, he likes to make things like that. Like he'll make like, man, you messed me up with that. What's up, dog?
I was like, what is this like? what are your goblin? It's all over the place.
It got me. Yeah, because he likes to make things like that. You know, like sometimes he's even been known to like have one bag of holding connect to another bag of holding.
Oh, so like you send stuff back and forth?
Oh yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, so he goes on these special trips and he talks to all these people and then he makes things like that.
What's your brother's name?
Gum Gum.
Oh, Gum Gum. That's a great name.
Uh-huh. You know why he's called Gum Gum?
Why?
Because he's the funniest looking goblin. He has no teeth. He goes,
Oh.
Is Gum Gum older than you or younger? Was he born before you? Was he already alive when you were born or not?
Oh, I think so. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So what if we told you that we came across one of your brother's chests and we have it?
But that would be awesome. Does it? Wait, do you have it here?
Yes.
And you show him like clear out of the way if you're already hiding it, or I mean, it's a footlocker. Or is it outside? You pull it in? Or...
Did we bring it? I kind of assumed we were just gonna go talk to him and not bring it. Did we bring it?
Maybe we should remove him from the store and have him come to us in case he tries to rip us off or something, and then we can kill him.
Say that out loud.
No.
I don't think we brought it.
Hey, come here, Cricket, not Cricket. Come here.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll take you outside and he'll point up to the sign that says Trinket Trove. And does it look like that?
Does it? I don't know. What does it look? Yeah. Yeah, it does.
He makes all of his chests look like that. He likes his chest to look like that. So, if you have it... Yeah, I do.
Yeah?
Huh?
Okay, right, but what...
Oh my God.
How much are you gonna give us?
Yeah,
for it if
what
we're
do you
gonna give
want
to
for
you?
it?
Well, I gotta make sure that it's real.
Okay, we can help. Yeah, we can save it.
Yeah. We can bring it back. Bring it.
Yeah,
over.
bring it back. I know the man. He's kind of a... Yeah, I don't know if he just has... I think he tries to go back every now and then. Anyways, he uses the same word all the time. So just bring it back and we'll see if it's real.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. I guess we'll bring the chest back.
All right. So another 20 minutes pass by. You guys appear back. Oh, yes! And he'll go over to it and he like looks all over it and then he opens it up and he reaches down and sees that there's no bottom, feels that there's no bottom, and he looks around. And then you hear him say in Goblin, Grok North. And it's just like, Grok North. And as he is saying that, he starts reaching around on the inside of it. And he's like, Grok North. And he grabs a coin and he flings it out. He's like, oh, I think this is my brother's. And he grabs another one, but as the items come out, there's like this weird lavender smell that starts to fill the air. He pulls a whole sack that comes out, and you hear the ching 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 ching.
And just to clarify, these things are not in the chest before. Like we dumped the whole thing out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Oh my
he's
god, it was like hidden in there.
and he's pulling them out. And he's like, and he reaches in. He go, can someone hold me by my feet, please?
Yeah, sure. I'll grab his feet.
And he like pushes his head in there and his arms in there, and you just see like a dagger fly out, and you see a short sword come out, and another sack of coins, and just some mundane items, but there's a lot of coins coming out.
I'm grabbing all of them. Before he even
Inside the
knows
chest
what's
and
going on.
Raja's like,
and then he like wiggles his legs. You just see him kind of flailing because all you see is like his knees up.
I'll pull him out.
And he goes, a better idea, because I'm pretty sure if you, the big dwarf guy, if you could flip it up, because you look real strong.
Oh, he's not with us.
Oh,
Vanguard is with the.
What?
We could probably.
If
do
the
it
two of you
between
could
all
just
of us,
flip it over, yeah.
Rihu's with us, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm sure between all of us.
Just flip it over, and I have a sneaky idea.
What's your sneaky idea?
I think because sometimes, although he's older than me, my brother Gum Gum's a little clumsy.
Okay.
Do you guys flip it over?
Sure.
Sure, yeah.
He just kind of leans up against one of you, basically leaning up against your hip, and he knocks on it, and he goes, Grok North, and he knocks, and it just unloads, including a goblin that pounces out of there, and you just... I have been in there forever. And the coins just keep coming out. You see some copper, you see a lot of gold, you see a fair amount of platinum spilling out of this. It starts to go around your feet. And he's just sitting there like, and he's tossing the coins off him, and he rolls and goes over to his brother and he goes, I have been in there forever, brother. I gotta like start using a rope or something so I don't fall in anymore. Finally, the coins stop. There's pouches, like bags of it that fall out. There's just a massive amount of there's some equipment and a lot of coin.
I think that for all of this trouble that we've been lugging your brother around for some time, and I think that we are owed everything that just fell out minus your brother.
And you see the grin of
I feel like that might be too low of an offer, Jubilee. Hold on, we did not all say yes to this.
There's so much gold and there's so much money in there.
We don't need gold, we need stuff. Maybe he can make us something that lets us teleport from one place to another.
Never
need a lot
mind.
of gold.
We don't need your gold. We need your brother.
I need your gold though.
You see Zimri, he's smiling. You see these gnarly teeth as Zimri is smiling and just happy to see his brother.
I'm glad you're reunited.
Zimri very much comes off constantly as this just more free spirit, doesn't really understand trade and business, and Gum Gum much more serious, but Gum Gum has no teeth. So as serious as you can take a goblin with no teeth.
Oh, poor little guy.
Not even old, just doesn't have any teeth. And he's just, I really appreciate being freed and all. And honestly, the gold's not, I got stuck in this chest like 6 months ago. Some weird guy wanted me to make it for him. I made it for him and I fell in. And he just kept throwing stuff in there. And oh my goodness.
Who was the weird guy, out of curiosity?
I don't
What did he
know,
look like?
some tall guy. He had like dark hair. He was really tall. He had a staff.
Did it look like this?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not me. We killed him, actually. You're good.
Mm-hmm.
We saved you. Hold on. Let's be clear. I don't think he did anything to harm you, right? You just fell in.
No, wait. I remember the show. I just kind of fell in.
I feel like I'm listening to another language.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I just don't have any teeth.
Yeah, so Raja's just gonna start slowly picking up the gold.
But you all can have the gold. It's not mine anyways.
Oh. Yeah, wait, can you explain this, like, secret? How were you in there? And also, how'd you survive in there for so long?
I know,
didn't
it's
think you could.
kind of different. You're right. Typically, you can't, so don't try it. You'll probably die after about 10 minutes. But I've created a way to like, if you think about like a breathe underwater ability, it like allows your head to not like, I don't know. I don't really understand the magic, but it's like, think of a bubble around your head, right? So now think of a bubble around your head when you go into one of these spaces. It's how I get inside there, and I actually connect it to the other dimension, and then I can create this extra space.
And what was that like word that you used to get to that extra dimension?
Oh, I just fell.
Oh.
Do you mean how do you get stuff back out?
Yeah, your brother was.
Your
Yeah.
brother said a word.
Yeah. He probably said Grok Noroth.
Yeah, that was it.
Rock.
GRAKNAROTH.
What did that do when he said that? What was
Oh,
that?
I mean, like a lot of magic items, you gotta activate it. I mean, just because someone finds a chest of holding, a bag of holding, doesn't mean they should get everything you put in there.
That's a good idea. It's like a secret compartment
but-
inside the secret compartment.
See, you get it.
Is that sort of like ability that you have to survive inside the bag of holding something that anybody can do, or just like you, or how did you make that work?
Yeah. You see, it's one of my piece of equipment that it allows me to work in there. Because I got to go in and out. It's just I didn't have.
You don't
a safety.
happen to have any more of those, do you?
Do you want to get into the box?
Well, let me ask you.
Most
this,
people don't
since
like to be in the box.
you seem-
because then they
you
go
seem
in the
like-
corner.
Right. Okay, you seem like a very skilled tinkerer.
Sometimes.
We're trying to figure out how
Uh-huh.
we could maybe
Maybe.
people somewhere and then they could come back out later. But being able to breathe, right? You know, we wanted to keep them alive. If I wanted to walk around in the pocket of my friend Jubilee here,
You're too big.
do you? Well, I'm too big. Why?
But she got tiny pockets.
Okay, if I wanted to walk around in the bag of my friend Jubilee here, you know, live in the bag of my friend Jubilee here, could you make that happen?
It'd probably take me about 3 days as long as I don't fall in it again. But it also depends on the size of the bag, right? So this chest takes me like 15 days to make.
Right, yeah, we would rather have it smaller, actually.
We need it travel size.
Right.
But as long as my brother didn't sell it, we have a bag of holding.
But we can't survive in the bag of holding.
No, you just need one of my tools.
Oh. Could we fit in a bag of holding?
Probably not. You're all really big.
Shoot, so we still need a chest of holding. Is there... Oh, do you make an expandable version? Like, can you make one that is small enough to travel around and then we can pop it out to people?
Maybe just the top opens really wide, like it's a really big drawstring.
I could prep.
Oh, yeah.
So that
That'd
we
be
can
awesome,
fit in.
so I could put so many rocks inside of it.
Right. You can fit big items in, but it still closes up small.
Right, like we need a chest of holding or a bag of holding that would fit like a small boulder.
An
Or-
unlimited
or two
amount of
people
rocks with
five.
numbers on it.
Yeah.
It's like you could use it for a game.
I mean, it would probably take me like 3.5 days to make that. I believe I still have it. Again, I haven't been at my shop for 6 months. Also, by the way, you should probably know, because I had plenty of time in the space to count all that coins, and you can usually organize them within the chest. Also, it's pretty cool. Anyways, there's like 65,000 gold in there.
I'm sorry, you said how many?
He said 65,000.
So
I
how much
just-
has
I
Roger
wasn't-
picked up already?
Well, you got it in piles.
50,000 of it. Yeah.
You got bags and you got piles of it, but it like I said, it swarmed around, it just flowed around all of your feet.
I'm filling my backpack.
That's crazy.
Would you be sad if we took a decent amount of them?
No, it's not mine. Honestly, if I could just have the chest back.
Oh yeah, you can have the chest back. It
I'll
was
take
pretty
the
hard.
gold off your hands.
It was pretty hard to lug around.
Yeah, I mean, you can keep the chest. You can keep the gold. I have lots of stuff in my shop that might be useful to you. And you see Zimri just kind of like shrink down because he knows he probably screwed up in the pricing. I mean, and I don't know what you guys are doing. You sound like you're doing something weird, though.
Yeah, we're sort of on an adventure to save the world.
Oh. Okay, well,
There's an evil person trying to take over and steal all the souls. In fact, when you leave the shop, you might be a little bit concerned because you'll see the disarray that she left this stronghold in. A lot of people lost their lives. We're trying to stop her.
completely at a loss for words. I mean, like, I have bagpipes that if you play them, you go invisible.
I don't really know if that's gonna help us.
I think right now, what we would love is either a way to teleport, if you have anything that does that, or something that can make people smaller and easier to travel.
I mean, if you get... Oh, actually... I mean, I do have this talisman of the safe travels. It prevents you from getting lost wherever you're at. So there's that. And normally I wouldn't offer this because he's all stuck on himself. But if you go to the arcane vault, he might have what you're looking for. I don't know where you plan on going, but I mean,
Well, we're trying to go over the mountains to Dovik's Pass.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty far.
I have a quiver that can hold an endless amount of arrows. I have, along with that, like that what I call it, the talisman of safe travels. I also have an orb of forgotten paths. So not only do you not get lost, but you find the hidden paths.
Oh, that could be good too.
Remember though, I gotta always give this warning. All my stuff is secondhand, so
Rat.
there's that. I don't know if I.
Well, I think at least you could take a look around, right? I mean, you just got back after being gone for 6 months, so take a look and you can think about it and let us know if there's anything else that you think might be helpful.
What
for
about? I was told that this here item when someone sold it to me, they said that it's called something of like an amulet of false life.
What is that?
I don't know. Apparently, it like grants you extra health somehow.
Okay. Yeah, I think there could be some things that we might need, but I'll be honest, I feel like the thing we could use the most is the bag of holding that we might be able to put.
That will only be 65,000 gold. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, I got you. That'll be like 3,000 gold.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we could definitely use that regardless. So I think we want the bag of holding regardless. But yeah,
Extra
take a look
large
around.
bag of holding.
Right. We want to be able to get in it. The bag itself doesn't need to be super large on the outside, but the entrance.
Have you ever heard of a black hole?
No.
Yeah,
What's
you
a black hole?
you put it on the ground and it looks like a black hole, and you can throw things in it.
Oh.
But the rings I can give you. Oh, by the way, if you want the rings for the people to be in there, that's gonna be like 700 gold each.
Okay. How much you want for the bag? You said 3,000?
3,000.
And then what about for that talisman of safe travels and the orb of forgotten pass?
Let's see. For the orb, that will be 1,000 gold. And the talisman, that's 450 gold.
Okay. All right.
And again, there's like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but the arcane vault might have. That's
Right,
just
well,
like your prime
we can-
product stuff. I don't know if that will help you. You said that you're saving the world, so I will swallow my pride.
Well, I think we will be
Oh, how many
back.
rings do you want?
We need. Well, honestly, I don't know. I'm looking at you like 3 at least, maybe 4.
At least.
Let's do 4.
4? Okay. Okay, so that's 5,800 gold.
Okay,
That's so much money.
it is, but also we just got 65,000.
Oh, that's true. We're taking that.
So, Raja, give him 5,800 from the piles you've just been stacking.
5,800
So instead,
minus 65,000.
yeah, it's okay. Tom did the
Ventilord
math for
already
us.
did the math.
We still have 59,000 gold.
That's wild.
It is. Okay. All right. Well, we'll be back, and I'm glad that you guys were reunited.
Oh, I should probably tell you, that there are limited uses on each of those items. Again, they are secondhand.
Right. How many uses?
Well, for the talisman for safe travels, you can use that 3 times. I mean, you can
Okay.
try to use it more, but maybe. But I know that there's at least 3 uses on it. For the Orb of Forgotten Paths, you can use that twice.
What about the rings?
Oh.
Those are anytime.
Yeah, oh yeah, I would have died a long time ago otherwise.
I was gonna say. I feel like.
I don't know if my brother told me I'm a little clumsy sometimes.
That's all right. We all have moments. All
Yeah.
right. Well, we'll be back, but we appreciate it.
Thank you. And you just see them like
Yeah.
you're back at the estate, right?
No, I think I want to go as soon as we get out of the shop. I want to go to the arcane vault.
Oh, you did all that at the shop.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet heavens! They're gonna have to drag it all the way back. Okay. So
Wait, who is?
I thought you were back at the estate. They were gonna have to drag it all the way back,
Back to their shop.
back to their shop.
Yeah, but now we have to drag all that gold all the way back to the estate.
No, honestly, we should just shove it in our pot everywhere. There's just gold everywhere.
We're all like dragging, trying.
This is that very unreal moment of fantasy in which now 59,000 gold pieces, like a tremendous amount of weight, is
What if we-
somehow
What if we just run
On
into
you.
Vangelord on the way at some point? Okay. Don't
Jubilee's
mind
like
that.
holding her pants up and they're like falling off because
It'd-
there's so much money.
it'd be like
in
the
them.
equivalent of 550 platinum pieces or whatever. Right, so you got quite a few platinum pieces. So you said over to the arcane shop
Yeah, the arcane vault.
or
'cause
arcane
they might
vault?
have
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Isn't it 10 gold for every platinum? That's 5,920 platinum that we have.
Yeah,
left.
that's what I meant.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
So much money. Okay. Arcane vault.
Yes.
Nobody's been there yet, right?
Correct. So you head just across the way. You see that this building is actually very, very nice. Even on the outside looking at it, It clearly stands out, especially from where you just came from. It stands kind of like a beacon of refined elegance and a bit of a mystical energy that flows around it. The exterior is constructed from polished volcanic stone, shimmering with embedded flakes of gold and arcane infused quartz. Like, it just pops. It just stands out to you. The front entrance is flanked by two tall columns of enchanted marble and adorned with floating orbs of soft blue light that pulse faintly, illuminating the area. Even in the early morning, you can still see that it's putting off a decent amount of light. As you walk in, you are immediately greeted by a gentle hum of magic. Just like this, you can hear it just humming in the air. The spacious interior is awash in soft golden light that seems to come from somewhere and everywhere at the same time. There's really no shadows to speak of, yet you don't see any real light source. Various magical items from scrolls and potions to shimmering weapons and gleaming armor, just a kind of everywhere within this shop. It's a lot to take in at first, as you kind of look around and get an idea of what you're looking at. Again, just a stark contrast to where you just were.
Wow, this is pretty fancy.
First thing Roger does is check the price tags.
There are no price tags.
Oh, that's how you know. That's how you know it's too fancy. It's like when you go
to a restaurant.
Yeah,
Oh,
a
I was
restaurant.
gonna say when you go to like a restaurant and it says that the lobster is market price, so your bill comes and it's like $400.
Or you go to a jewelry store or something and it's like, ask us, like, like talk to a seller.
This is a priceless item. Speak
Yeah.
to a sales associate.
Exactly. Do we see any people inside?
There's a handful of people. I mean, it is quite spacious. So you actually, it seems like there's. It seems like there's fairly a low amount of people that are in it. Yeah, I can't get it to cut away. So, but when you walk in, you do see all those kind of items in there. A handful of people, but it's not very congested.
Guys, this is really fancy. I don't know what to do. Well,
Here's the things we need. Maybe you can handle the talking, Jubilee. Maybe.
oh no. Okay.
You do
You
see
said
an.
you were good with people.
You
I don't
do
know
see
about
an.
really rich people.
I don't know. I don't know either. I have dirt under my hands. What do you mean?
What would diplomacy
like-
be?
Like bartering, negotiating, diplomats,
Like on here.
persuasion.
Probably like persuasion, yeah. Or
I
deception,
could
depending
talk
on
to
what
them.
you're trying to do.
Right,
Alright,
yeah.
Well, here's the things that we
I've gone
need.
shopping for my master before.
All right, here's what we need. Maybe something of fire resistance. We definitely need another tuning fork. What else? Anybody? Tuning fork, fire resistance. Oh, I thought that. Hold on, wait. Tom just said we only have two. I thought that they said they had one. Illidrin and what's her name?
They said they had one in the arcane vault.
Oh, in the arcane vault, they have one.
They had one that we may have access to, but we still would need one more after that.
So we have to buy theirs from the arcane vault, or what? How does that work?
Potentially, yeah.
I thought they just said they had one in their vault.
Not that I recall.
Rory, can you clarify? Is that, or is that just
They
us?
they think that there's at least one here, but they're not. It's not their shop.
Oh, I thought
Ildrin
they
and
said-
Saphirin, it's not their shop, so they think that
I
there's one
see.
here.
I thought that they said they had one, but they don't. They just mean in this location. I see.
Well, I'll go back to the corner, being that I'm not with you.
Oh no!
Any weapon of mass destruction we should
What?
buy. What?
No, hold on. What? You're not buying a weapon.
I'm gonna word it to them like that.
No, Jubilee, don't do that.
Hello, I was just wondering if you have any weapons of mass destruction.
This is just a joke, right?
As you all are, the four of you are in the entrance of this place, you see some of the people more clearly looking, and one individual that seems to be doing a bit more assisting than looking. You see this human in these robes, very elegant robes. Imagery on the robes are almost like this item slowly like phasing into a different item, like it's transforming into different items. It just has imagery on there. The gentleman looks to be elderly, but seems to get around just fine. He stands tall with long silver hair, and as he gets closer, you can tell that he has piercing blue eyes. His robes even shimmer with these enchantments, and there's a bit of an aura that exudes an air of like power, like just his confidence and knowledge. He seems to be very confident in his stance, in the way that he presents himself. And as he approaches, he looks at each of you, at the four of you, seeing tattered, worn equipment, dirty, but rested. He looks at you. Well, this is the Arcane Vault, and I am Aldrich.
Hello, Aldrich.
Hello.
Can I
I need to do some
prestidigitation
shopping.
myself real fast?
And as Raja begins to enter into conversation, and as Jubilee is like, gotta clean up, that is where we will end tonight's session.
Well, here we were with a whole plan and a half, and just
Yeah.
zero of it happened.
I mean, I think our plan still is in existence. Just the morning.
Well, I mean, you guys
expanded.
work through a lot of, like, what do you do?
Rory, we had a lot of that conversation already. We had come to a different decision.
I tried to give you guys some benefit just now.
No, I think it's good. Honestly, we realized things in that conversation that we did
Well,
not remember.
Right.
Which is why, like, when we were trying to, like, quote unquote, make a decision, we kept being like, well, let's just decide when we're on stream, because I feel like we're not gonna know until we start actually talking it, like, through.
For sure.
Yeah,
Well,
I for sure forgot about the Phoenix stuff. Like, that is, which it feels like, you know, you're hinting at, like, you guys have things and you don't remember you have them. It's just like, yeah, we heard about that prophecy, like, 3 sessions after I joined, like, a year and a half ago.
I'd probably get hunted down right away if I went onto the plane
Yeah,
with their
especially because you
scrying
have,
stuff.
especially because you have 2 of the things. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
We're just handing them the things that they need, like, assuming that they can take them off of you. Now, I don't know that we can, but they might try.
Well, they just want to stop the Ifrits from getting it. So if I die and they disappears,
Right. Yeah. I wonder if we could make contact with an Ifrit. Maybe we could get them to, like, you know, revolt, because we have 2 of the items.
so
don't know.
many possibilities.
So many possibilities.
All right. Well, That was actually a lot of fun for me. I hope it was for you guys, because I actually really enjoyed watching you all run through the turmoil of figuring all those details. And you made a lot of connections.
I enjoyed the the giant crisis.
Yeah. Also, the giant oathbreaker. We did not plan to talk about that today.
No, we did not.
I hinted at it though during our internal discussion, saying, by the way, we still have to deal with this.
It wasn't until we started talking about that key, and then you were just like fixated on it. Although I like the fact now too, like when we pick up next session. In theory, I don't know how Roy's gonna handle it, but like you'll get to have your own little like side thing potentially. Like I don't know, it's kind of fun.
Just to give you a little bit of a heads up there, Vantalord. You do find it's not hard to find. It's one of the taller buildings. You do find the temple here. And you find Mother Sura, Sera, Mother Sura. She is the head priestess of the Temple of Dawn.
Like the dish soap. Okay.
Sure, yeah. So
or the Dawn Father, like the actual God.
He'll be a strong child. No.
So that's who you would find at the temple.
Alright.
So yeah, let's go ahead and roll into stars and wishes. Let's start with Raja. Who gets the star and what's your wish? It's funny that we're talking about stars and wishes and you're debating about going to that elemental plane. You know where genies are.
We didn't really do anything. My star would have to go to Gum Gum for giving us 65,000 gold.
That's really fair.
That is, yep. that matches your entire MO. Money related.
But I think my wish would just be that Amat just kind of dies.
A-M-A. Amat dies.
Except you can't wish for that, so
Whatever.
if I had to make a wish to a genie about Amat, I would
that's
probably
interesting.
wish that Amat would be locked in an impenetrable cage at the bottom of the ocean, never to be able to surface.
Huh.
Because you can't wish for people to die. Actually,
You
that's
can
one
wish
of the
for their
rules.
eternal suffering.
All right. Let's move on to Jubilee. I actually thought that was a very interesting answer because you took it two different directions.
My star is going to Raja today.
Okay.
Because that was some of the best RP I've seen Raja do since I joined this stream like a whole year ago. This was great. And my wish is my wish is that we come to some kind of conclusion about where we go that will, regardless, be productive in some way. And we don't all die.
Generally a good way.
Please don't kill us, even
Please
if
don't.
we decide for some reason to go to the elemental plane of fire against our better judgment.
Yeah.
Many possibilities.
That was not a yes, Roy.
So fun fact, Jubilee, we met you on session 12.
And what number are we on now?
42.
Has it been longer than a year that I've been on this stream now? I think so.
Yeah, I've been on the stream for a year and a half, so you've been on for even longer.
Wow!
And I want to say Cricket was session 14.
They were pretty close.
Yeah.
Aww.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. It does not feel that long at all.
It's also crazy to think that about every 15 days of gameplay is a year of our time. It's been about 31 days now in game.
That's very true.
The first note that I have for Cricket actually mentioning her by name was session 15. But I think we met with Cricket in session 14.
Probably.
That was with Jimmy, session 14.
No, it was session 15 because we were with the Griffin. And Cricket was all distraught about it.
That's right. Yes. And
So,
that would be
so
with
3
Jimmy
sessions
also,
later.
yeah. Yep.
Yep. So, yeah, there you go.
All right, let's go to Vantalord. Star and Wish.
Long live Jimmy.
Long live Jimmy. I'm gonna say my stars are gonna go to Jubilee and Cricket with the whole role play with Vantalord. This, starting off by the fire and breakfast and all that, and the pantsing and the chaos. I laughed so hard at that. Bravo.
Yeah, there was a couple big laughs from a couple of you.
Oh, that was great. So I can't just choose one or the other. It's got to be both of you as a team. The other thing I'm going to say, you two have been playing so well together the last few sessions.
Good cop, bad cop forever, baby.
Yep, exactly.
Girl power.
Wish, I need to figure out this whole deity thing. Like, I'm going, as a player, Vantalord's going nuts. As the person controlling the player, Tom is going nuts. Obviously.
All right, and that leaves us with Cricket.
I will give my star to Tom, to Vantalord, for taking it in a very dark direction. Like we were brainstorming and trying to come up with good solutions, and suddenly it was like, actually, I want to use this powerful item to commune with my god, and it was like, what the heck? It was very fun.
But my MO has always been hyper fixating on one thing, saving, get rid of the evil and all this. So
yeah. I love it.
I just really feel like tonight's session was so many of our actual personalities coming through in our characters. Jubilee was like, let me give you therapist relationship advice.
It's true. I was strategic planning mode. I was like, okay, hold on. What are we doing? What do we remember? What's happening? So what you're saying is that in real life, Skylar will just be
Take the
collecting
money.
a lot of money. Yeah. And my wish, I think I'll echo Jubilee's, which is that I hope that we take action and actually do something. I mean, this was so fun, so I'm not trying to say that, but I'm excited to see what choice we make and how that plays out. And I also hope, kind of again echoing what Jubilee said, that I hope that it doesn't at least appear at the moment like there's a right choice and a wrong choice. So I hope that whatever choice we take doesn't feel like we don't regret it immediately. That it feels like, sure, there's pros and cons to both, but it doesn't bite us in the butt immediately and be like, well, never mind, we should turn around and go back. Yeah.
It would stink to feel like there is a distinct wrong choice.
Right.
5 days into your journey, all your horses die. You don't make it there on time.
Right. Yeah. Just okay, well, I wish we'd have known that. Yeah, I feel like the fun thing about this is that there's so many options for us, and they all have pros and they all have cons, and that makes it fun and juicy from a story perspective. So I hope that regardless of what we choose, we can enjoy that juiciness.
Like a steak, but it's a D&D session.
I was thinking fruit, but yeah, sure, steak.
Oh.
Meat.
And my props to all of you, because as many situation scenarios that I see in the background as possibilities, there were a few things that were mentioned that I didn't consider. So
That's great.
so it's just cool because that's how it works. You get people around you, and they come with ideas that you never would have had. So it was just awesome watching the interactions and the creativeness.
This is a very fun group to bounce ideas off of. Everyone has like very different perspectives, but we do it together really well, I feel like.
Oh,
I
should I
agree.
do the thing?
Yes, and I do have it ready also. So
I know, I see it counting down. So, saying that, if you are watching and have not followed, if you've followed and not subscribed, if you've subscribed and your subscription has lapsed, and if you are currently subscribed and not in our fantastic Discord community, we have one question for you this evening, and that is...
what are you doing?
Ding!
All right, and with that, we will raid Lord Gazumba, go check him out, hang out with him, and see you all in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Bye.
And I am going to open up Streamlabs, and I'm going to click